conditional, so please go to safety. My Lord is willing, have you talked to him lately? I know we fall down and get up, yeah, we be tripping. Perking your ear until the Lord, can you please just listen? So much evil everywhere you look and turn. Watch you fight and pray, I'm gonna need you to learn. We won't win if we stay stagnant and won't rise above in a world filled with hate. Show more love. Show more love in a world filled with hate. Show more love. This ain't a game, y'all. Enemy out here stealing lives, y'all. Playing our face and we distracted when we see them take they fall, y'all. Wake up, we out here sleeping and the enemy steady creeping. Can you hear me? Wake up or stay stuck. We need the light, and that's some more love. Christ is that love. We need love, much more love. Christ is that love. We need love, much more love. Don't really care what they doing over there. Doing my own thing, staying in my own lane. I'm not judging. You go ahead, baby girl, do you? Is it cool? It's cool. But I don't wanna be nobody else. I wanna be myself. I'm not a blending, I'm not a blended kind of girl. Telling how you could see the pain these people living in, all while trying to fit in. No true purpose, just paying off a temporary gain. Gaining the whole world, but losing your soul. I really hate watching y'all fold. Everything is conditional, so please go to safety. My Lord is willing, have you talked to him lately? I know we fall down and get up, yeah, we be tripping. Perking your ear until the Lord, can you please just listen? So much evil everywhere you look and turn. Watch you fight and pray, I'm gonna need you to learn. We won't win if we stay stagnant and won't rise above in a world filled with hate. Show more love. Show more love in a world filled with hate. Show more love. This ain't a game, y'all. Enemy out here stealing lives, y'all. Playing our face and we distracted when we see them take they fall, y'all. Wake up, we out here sleeping and the enemy steady creeping. Can you hear me? Wake up or stay stuck. We need the light, and that's some more love. Christ is that love. We need love, much more love. Christ is that love. We need love, much more Don't really care what they doing over there. Doing my own thing, staying in my own lane. I'm not judging. You go ahead, baby girl, do you? Is it cool? It's cool. But I don't wanna be nobody else. I wanna be myself. I'm not a blending, I'm not a blended kind of girl. Telling how you could see the pain these people living in, all while trying to fit in. No true purpose, just paying off a temporary gain. Gaining the whole world, but losing your soul. I really hate watching y'all fold. Everything is conditional, so please go to safety. My Lord is willing, have you talked to him lately? I know we fall down and get up, yeah, we be tripping. Perking your ear until the Lord, can you please just listen? So much evil everywhere you look and turn. Watch you fight and pray, I'm gonna need you to learn. stay stagnant and won't rise above in a world filled with hate. Show more love. Show more love in a world filled with hate. Show more love. This ain't a game, y'all. Enemy out here stealing lives, y'all. Playing our face and we distracted when we see them take they fall, y'all. Wake up, we out here sleeping and the enemy steady creeping. Can you hear me? Wake up or stay stuck. We need the light, and that's some more love. Christ is that love. We need love, much more love. Christ is that love. We need love, much more love.
Greetings, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Let's see who's in here so far. I know RB is probably Lady Navoa is first. Hey sis, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hey sis, here for the tea. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. She said, let's get into the word. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. Please, if you have not. You can also support the stream by hitting the Cash App or the Super Chat. This is my birthday stream. I'm very thankful for another year of life. So yeah, feel free to support the show. Shout out to you, Irby. I appreciate you for your continued support. Hey, Kojak, good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to you, 84. Thank you. Thank y'all so much for the birthday love. I appreciate you all. So yeah, tonight's title is Another Year of Life. Don't take time and God's purpose for granted. I'll start with prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for the gift of life. I thank you for today. God, we thank you for every breath in our lungs. Thank you for every lesson that we have learned and the things that we are still working through. And Lord, as we gather and talk about purpose, as we talk about growth in time, help us to see our lives through your eyes, God. And I ask that you give us wisdom tonight to examine how we are living, and courage to change what needs to be changed, and also humility to follow your will above our own. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. So yes, and I was going to tie this stream into Jeremiah 29:11. So I did want to talk about, feel that this is something that has really been on my heart as another year of life has passed. The scripture is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So this scripture that people quote all the time, I hear people quote it all the time, but I do believe that many people quote it without understanding the context behind it. So in this scripture, Jeremiah was speaking to the Israelites while they were in exile in Babylon, and they had been removed from their homeland because of their disobedience. They were in a place they did not want to be, a very miserable place, and their lives had been disrupted. And God sends them a message through Jeremiah saying, even here, even in this horrible place that you're in, I still have a plan for you. But this is the part that many people may skip. God also told them that they would remain in Babylon for 70 years, which means this scripture was not about an instant blessing. It was about long-term purpose, and it was about trusting God's plan, even when life doesn't look the way that we may have expected it to. And I think it was a good fit for my birthday because birthdays have a way of making you stop and think. And you, as you grow older, you realize it's not just about getting older, it's about how you are actually living. Because the truth is, every birthday is not just a celebration, it's also a reminder that time is passing. And the real question becomes, are we living according to God's plan, or are we just getting older? and I believe that that's something that we should definitely take to heart. Hey Vaughn, good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey Bagoda, thank you for tuning in. If you guys could please hit the like, feel free to share. Hey Bolo,
Hey, what's going on?
hey, shout out to you. Thank you so much for doing the stream. I appreciate you. How's everything?
Everything's cool. Well, happy Earth strong again. You know,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah.
Hey
And
Smitty. Hey sis. Thank y'all for tuning in. Did you want to add anything so far?
um, just a little bit. Yeah, time is one of the most valuable gifts that God gives us.
Mm-hmm.
Um, David says, "Lord, allow me to know how short my time is," and I'm paraphrasing. Allow me to know how short my time is, not to be morbid or anything like that, but just not to take anything for granted because
Mm-hmm.
we can take time for granted. Yet, it is one of the things we often treat as if we have plenty of. The truth is, life moves quickly. Days turn into years before we even realize it. The Bible reminds us that our lives are brief, but they are also purposeful in God's
Mm-hmm.
hands. So, um, this scripture reminds us of something powerful. Our time on this earth is not random. It is
Right.
intentional, and God has already written purpose into our days. Every moment we wake up, every breath we take is another opportunity to walk in the plans that He has prepared. So let's do our best to figure that out. That's it.
Right. Mm-hmm. I agree. So let's see. The first point that I wanted to go over was um the first point, God created our lives with intentionality. So what Jeremiah 29:11 shows us is that God is never random, ever. And our lives are not random. So we know that we were not born by accident. And I know some people may feel that way. I've heard people express that. I'm an accident. No, according to the Lord, you're not. So before we ever took our first breath, God already knew the direction that our lives would take. And the issue is not whether God has a plan when it comes to this scripture. The bigger issue is whether we are aligned with it. There are so many people that want God's promises. We all want his promises, right? But are we willing to do we want God's direction? You know, that's the other portion of it. In order to obtain God's promises, we have to endure. And part of enduring in God's direction, you're gonna go through suffering and pain to, get to the promises.
That is so true. And here's the hard truth: time doesn't wait for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
We often delay the things that matter most. We say we will pray more tomorrow, love people better later, forgive someday, or pursue God when life slows down. Yet, life rarely slows down. It keeps moving like a river that never stops flowing. That is why appreciating the time is a spiritual discipline,
Mm-hmm.
right? Being able to slow yourself down and just understand where you're at in the moment, right? Value the people God placed in our lives, speak words of love while we still have that chance, walk in purpose instead of drifting through life, and spend time with God instead of putting Him on the back burner as that in case of break glass.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah 29:11 also teaches us that our future is secure in God, but that does not mean we waste the present. The future God promises is built through the moments we live faithfully today. So we have to understand that a person who understands the shortness of time begins to live differently. They stop holding grudges that wastes years. They stop
Mm-hmm.
chasing things that have no eternal value. They start investing their time in faith, love, growth, and purpose. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's so true. That's a very good point. Hey, family of God 21, thank you for tuning in. He said, God gives us life not as a gift to you, but a gift to others. God gives me life because He has a plan to use me for all who is around me. God shows Himself in us. Remember, yep, I agree, 100%. My second point: time is one of the most precious gifts God gives us. So, one thing about when you enter another year of life, it reminds us um, that life is limited. It is. And I believe that sometimes we lose sight of that. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact because we're distracted by so many things and we forget that time is just so precious. And the scripture even tells us in Psalms 90 and 12, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. So, in other words, we must be mindful that our time here absolutely matters because once time passes, we cannot get it back. We can't pray another year back. I don't care how much you pray. When it comes to time, it is what it is. And you can't rewind opportunities that you may have ignored. So, birthdays should not only make us thankful, they should make us reflective. What are your thoughts?
Um, there's so much in life, that we can get back,
Mm-hmm.
that we can make amends for, that we can possibly do over. The one thing you don't get back is time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that we never get back. So, because at the end of the day, life is not measured by how long we lived, but by how well we use that time God gave us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's important, right? So, um, the enemy uses so many different things to cloud our intentional direction.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many. I like to use examples. Is like you're on this mission, you're on this trip, and there's so many different things that the enemy is gonna make you stop. You got to be at this destination at a certain period in time. And he gives you all these reasons to stop. You got to use the bathroom, you're hungry, you're this, you're that, you're third, whatever it may be. And through discipline, you have to
Mm-hmm.
say to yourself, nah, I'm good. Those things are going to have to wait. I'm going to have to do what I need to do to get to where I need to be because I know
Mm-hmm.
that there's a certain amount of time that I have. And let me
Right.
use this time that I've been given as wisely as possible. And I think that a lot of the times we think that these side stops that we make, we often give them validity to think that these are stops that we needed to make when they weren't.
Right.
You know, so a lot of the times the arguments, the disagreements, the this, that, and the third, these are things that need not to happen. They do, but they
Mm-hmm.
need not to happen. And the recovery is the issue. The recovery,
Mm-hmm.
because subliminally and subconsciously, we sit here and we look at time. I guarantee you, if you knew you only had 2 weeks to live,
My God. Mm-hmm.
arguments wouldn't last as long as they do. And a lot
If
of
at
times, I know,
all.
yeah. And I know people don't like when I give examples like that, but it just puts everything into its proper perspective because perspective in context is everything.
It is.
Perspective is everything. And if you look at it from a perspective of you having a whole lot of time, then you're going to waste a whole lot of time. But if you look at it like, listen, dogs, I don't got time to mess with this. So every move that I make is intentional. You know, it brings a whole different thought process to it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's so good. I agree. Hey, Sigma, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. Thank you, Living Humbly. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the 1999 super chat. Happy B Day, Mo. Yes, I'm very grateful. I appreciate you guys so much just for being here and for showing love.
That's what's up. Keep it up. I thank God from above that you show more love. That you show more love. Cash flowing, spirit going, the support. Keep it going.
Thank you again. I appreciate you all. My third point was some people age but never grow. So one of the most dangerous things in life is not aging, it's aging without growth. So some people are 40 years old with the same mindset that they once had at 20. It could be the same bitterness, the same toxic habits, some of the same refusal to listen to God, but the time still passed no matter what path they chose, and the transformation that needed to take place may have never happened. And we also have to keep in mind that in order for transformation to take place, there has to be growth, right? But growth can only happen where there's humility, and growth also requires correction. So one of the hardest things for us to accept is being corrected because it doesn't feel good. And that's why I said, humility and correction both go together when it comes to growth. And growth also requires asking yourself the uncomfortable questions, right? Am I actually becoming the person that God has called me to be? Because at the end of the day, that's why we're here. What are your thoughts, if any?
Um, I think that we just got to come to grips and understand that, and we've all heard these cliches: time waits for no man.
Right.
And a lot of the times people mistake movement for progress.
Mm-hmm.
Movement is not progress. If you are finding yourself comfortable in life's endeavors, then you need to look around and pivot because you're not growing. Because there is no
Mm-hmm.
comfortability in growth. When you're growing, it's uncomfortable. It's new land, it's new uh, environments that you're in that you're just not used to because you haven't been here before. And
Right.
that's a good thing because that's where growth is stimulated at. In places that you've never been. Understanding different thought processes, taking in different coping skills and learning mechanisms and different environments. You know, um, it waits for no man, and when I say man, I mean both men and women. It waits for no man. Growth waits for no man. And the
That's
one thing
true.
that I've learned in my short years on this earth is if you won't do it, the Lord will put someone in your place to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that with Abraham and his father Tahar, right? So if you're not going to do something, he's going to put someone in that position because at the end of the day, the Lord's word is not going to go out void.
That's true.
What's going to get done is going to get done. He chose you to do it. Now, here's the thing: are you willing to do it? That's the question that we all have to ask ourselves. Are there going to be times when it's hard? Absolutely, 100%. Is it easier said than done? Absolutely, 100%. It's meant to be that way. It's
Mm-hmm.
meant. And the perspective from, someone saying it's easier said than done, that's the wrong perspective to look at it. The perspective that you need to look
Mm-hmm.
at it from would be, what did it take for that man or woman to get that knowledge to be able to say what they're saying in such an easy manner? It couldn't have been that easy to gain it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the perspective you need to look at it from. How can I gain that understanding? How can I get to that point where when I say something, it sounds easy, but because of the way I'm delivering it, they know that it wasn't easy.
Mm,
They know that the gaining of this information, the gaining of this knowledge, the gaining of the position that I'm in was something that needed to be fought for, need to be struggled for. Got knocked down a few times, but got back up. But I'm here to
mhm.
deliver it so that you don't have to go through what I went through. Now, you're going to have to go through something because it's going to have to mean something to you. Because if you don't fight for something and it's just given to you, you don't appreciate it. My children really never appreciated my car. But as soon as they got their own, they understood what it was, right? They
Right,
understood to go take it to the car wash, to make sure this was that and that's it's just the nature of the beast. That's just the way it is. So,
right,
it's when people say it's easier said than done the way you're saying it, this and that. People say that from a position of hurt, a position of pride, a position of ego, a position
mhm,
of wanting to stay where they are. And, because of the love, we
mhm.
try to deliver it in a way that isn't that destructive. Because again, don't get it twisted. For us to be where we are today, there was a lot of heartache and struggle.
Right. I do also believe that outside of pride and ego and wanting to stay where they are, those are very true statements. I think it's also desiring to be understood as well. That's something that we have to take into account because not everybody wants to stay in their pain, and some people are doing everything to get out of that. It's just a process. And I think for the person that may not be going through it in the moment, it can absolutely be frustrating, you know, because as you said, you've gone through and you have the answers. So I think it's a matter of me being mindful of meeting people where they are because we all process things differently and we all heal at different times.
That's a very good
Um,
point. That's a very good point.
and I didn't want you to respond. Thank you so much, Dark Lake. I appreciate you. Thank you, 777. I appreciate you so much. Oh, and I think I saw somebody else. I don't know why I thought I saw. Maybe I didn't. Hey MIT, I'll drop the link as soon as I give the last 2 points. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey Hustler Muscular. Hey Brandon, good to see you. I appreciate you for tuning in. I was just telling my parents, I was talking to them yesterday about your testimony, Brandon. It's such a blessing. But yeah, good to see you. So, did you want to respond to what I just said or
Yeah, I did.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. That was a very good point that you made. Very good point.
Mhm.
The rebut to that is everyone that's in that position wants to be understood. Everyone
I
that's in that
agree.
position, everybody in that position. Here's the thing, okay? Time waits for nobody. It just doesn't.
Right.
And no one can put a timetable on when someone should be able to move. No one
Mhm.
can. You understand? But keep it in mind that if it's the same thing being done eventually and consistently, there's no growth.
Mhm.
So something has to be done different. Pivot
Right.
just a little bit. Something has to be done different.
I
You don't have
agree.
to change the whole thing. Maybe just add 5 instead of 6, just to
Mhm.
change it and see if something changes. And then you grow from there because you may see something different. And by you seeing something different, it may motivate you to do different. But if you
That's
continue
really
doing the
good.
same thing, it's not going to motivate you. In fact, people get stuck and say, nothing works. That's
Mhm.
because you continue doing the same thing. But maybe if you just didn't wear sneakers and you wore boots, maybe it would give you more grip and strengthen your ankles just a little bit more. Try it. It may work, it may not work, but it may give you the incentive to say, okay, maybe I should try this or try that. And it may build something in you to give you a thought process to say, hey, I'm going to do it this way opposed to doing it that way, the way I've been doing it. So,
That's a great point.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's a balance of it all, right? It's a balance of, trying to figure it out and understand where the push and the pull is.
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's a great point. Thank you so much, MIT, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Brandon, oh my gosh. I did not expect you to send me that large amount of money, but I thank God. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys.
That's what's up. Keep it up. I thank God from above that you show more love. That you show more love. Cash flowing, spirit going, the support. Keep it going.
Thank you all so much. I'm very grateful. My next point 4, alignment with God requires awareness. So Jeremiah 29:11 is very comforting, right? But it also carries responsibility because if God has a plan for our lives, then we should be actively asking, am I walking in obedience? We miss so much because we're not walking in obedience. Another question, am I wasting time on distractions, in which we all do at some point, right? And am I prioritizing things that have no eternal value, as you just said, Bolo? Because the truth is, some people want God's promises while living completely disconnected from His will, and God doesn't operate in that way. He requires obedience. And God's plan is not something we accidentally stumble into. It requires intentional alignment.
What I'll say, I mean, you said a mouthful. You said a mouthful, and I hope the people hear what you said. What I'll add to that will be short and simple is appreciate the day God has placed in your hands.
Mm,
Every minute, every second, every moment. Speak kindness, seek God early, love people deeply, walk in purpose because time is short.
man.
When placed in God's hands, every moment can carry eternal meaning. So just, ponder that.
Hmm. That is so true. Point 5, your life is something to cherish. So one thing that I have learned as I've gotten older is life is very fragile, and people that we love dearly pass away. And even with pertaining to relationships, they change and circumstances will shift. And when you start to realize how quickly life can change, you start to appreciate every single year God allows you to see. So, again, whether it's a birthday or whatever, it's just not about just the celebration part of it. It's about also carrying gratitude, again, being mindful of the time that we have, and gratitude that God, being grateful that God gave you another year to grow, to learn, and get closer to the purpose He has placed inside of you. So, again, we really have to keep in mind that life is something to cherish. We won't be here forever.
Perfectly said.
Hmm. Yeah, so those are all my points. I'll drop the link if anybody would like to come up and share their thoughts. Again, the topic was another year of life. Don't take time and God's purpose for granted. I think that's so important.
Yeah, a lot of people take God for granted. A lot of people take time for granted. Ah,
Hmm.
like they have a lot of time on this planet. And the crazy thing is you don't know when your time is up. So whatever you can do, Do it today. Worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to bring its own issues. So, too many people, you know, we say something in the village every morning.
Mm-hmm.
You learn from your past, you plan for your future, but you live in the present. You know, the two things that are tangibly done daily is the past and the present.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? The future is something that you learn from your past, you apply it to your present, and you hope that prepares you to be the man or woman you need to be for your future.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, appreciate those that are around you now.
Right, I agree.
Hey T, what's
Um,
going on?
hey
Hey
C.
guys, what's going on?
Hey, thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate it.
Of course. You know I had to come up on a B-Day stream, child. You know I had to come up.
Thank you. So we gave a few points about being mindful of the time that we have, the people around us.
Hmm.
Um, taking into consideration that life is fragile. We talked about alignment with God requires awareness, how sometimes we want God's promises, but we want to go our own way. You
Mm,
know, yeah,
hmm.
like we lack obedience, and sometimes we forget that um a huge part of God giving us the desires of our heart is again walking in obedience. What else did we say? Knowing that God created our lives with intentionality. We see so many people that say they don't know why they're here. You get what I'm saying?
Mm,
We have to keep in mind that our lives are not random.
sure.
So
Yeah.
we hear people say, "Oh, I'm here by accident." And we're not born by accident, because before we ever took our first breath, God already knew the direction. He already had a plan for
Hmm.
us. So it's not the issue being whether God has a plan. The issue is whether we are aligned with it.
Mm. Oh, that's deep right there.
Hmm.
Because I fight with that. Not trying to go too deep,
Me
but
too.
I fight with that whole like plan thing. Like God has had a plan set out for us before we
Hmm.
even were born. That whole thing for me is like,
Hey,
what?
Vaughn,
You
what
know,
do you
like in my
mean?
head, I'm thinking like, what? Like, so you plan for me to go through this hard time? Like, I mean, in my head, I'm thinking, why would you plan
Hmm.
for them? Why would you plan that
Why
for
is life
me?
so
You know what
hard?
I'm saying? So, just as a human, I think I don't want to get too deep because it's a birthday celebration. But what I'm saying is kind of like we question God a lot with certain things that happens in our lives. Like, why did this happen to me? Like, what did I do to deserve this? And sometimes we have to, I guess, see like maybe it's not what we did. Maybe it's just, just to get our attention about a certain thing or to pull us back a little bit. Let me show you this so you can do this next time or do this in a different manner or a different way. So, but I
Hmm.
think it's okay to ask questions, and then the
Of
Bible does say
course.
it's okay to ask questions, even though of course, back then, um, back in the day, they don't question God. Don't you ever? That was kind of the
We
rhetoric back then.
we kind of grew up. Remember,
Uh
did Daddy
huh.
used to tell us that? But as he grew older
He
and he
realized
grew
that
his
that was not.
relationship with the
Yeah.
Lord,
Hmm.
yeah, like this is our
Because in
most
all things, get an
intimate.
understanding. So if you want an
Exactly.
understanding, that means you have to ask questions, right? So there's
Hmm.
that. So and you can ask God questions
Yeah.
respectfully. If you want an understanding, yeah. If
Hmm.
he feels like you're being sincere with him, I think it's fine. Yeah,
I think the
Hmm.
main word that you said that is important in asking the question is respectfully.
respectfully. Yeah,
That's key.
that's
Yeah.
the
So
key right there.
there's nothing wrong
Mhm.
again with asking questions. That
Mhm.
the whole point of Job was about asking questions, and there was some
Mhm.
times when Job got out of order, but the
Yeah.
Lord understood. But the one thing Job never did was blame the Lord.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
at the
so
end of the
true.
day, the
And
bigger
see, that's
picture,
that's amazing. Shout out to
you know,
Joe.
Hmm.
the bigger
Like,
picture. When you look at the
you
bigger
know,
picture, Job Job went through something. And, when you step back from it and look at it from a macro position opposed to a micro position, in chapter 9, Job asked for something. He asked for someone to stand in between him and God. Can someone stand in between me and God? Someone that can put the hand on God's shoulder and someone that can put a hand on my shoulder. And that person that can take the weight and understand and pray for me and be that intercessor between myself and God. And that was
No, for
in
sure.
chapter 9. And it took to the 42nd chapter for us to understand why all of that was done. Because
Right.
the man that Job was asking for was the man that God was preparing in him.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So,
That
and
is
in
so,
fact, it was a
yeah.
future prophetic
That's
statement in
true.
Christ. But the man that he was asking for was him because he had to pray for his friends. And if
Mhm.
it wasn't for that prayer that he did, he said, "You don't want me to deal with them." So Job prayed for them. So again, a lot of the times that when we go through something, to what you were saying, T, we don't understand it. But this is the point. The reason why God came in on the 38th chapter and started talking to Job about, can you understand the heavens and these things? Of course, Job couldn't understand that. Well, what
Mm-hmm.
did that represent? There are things that you just don't understand, but you need to understand that I understand it.
Right.
Then he stepped a little bit
And
closer to Job and asked him about animals on the earth. Do you understand this? And Job still said, I don't understand. There's a reason why I need you to understand that, because even things that you think you don't know, and I do.
mm,
And then when you go into the 40th chapter, he starts to talk
Mhm.
about the behemoth and he talks about the Leviathan. These are things that man has no concern with. They don't
Mhm.
care about you.
mm-hmm.
These things are so strong that the weapon you can create, no thought process that you can have, can move them. In fact, they will destroy you. But check
Yeah.
this out. When I come up on the scene, they roll up
Hmm.
on me as if they're pets. So, what does that mean? Things that are out of your control, things that look dangerous, things that look complicated. I got that under control.
Mhm.
All I need you to do is have faith enough and trust enough to know that I got you.
That's it.
Hmm.
That's really
That's
it.
mm-hmm. A
That's really.
whole lot of this is lack of trust, if we're
Mhm.
honest,
Mhm.
when it comes to certain things. Not everybody, but I'm saying so many of us struggle with, I mean, 100% trusting God without doubt at all,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
It's either two
Um,
choices. It's two choices. It's disobedience or lack of trust.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Those
true.
two. There's not 50 different chances. Now, again, lack of trust shows up in different ways,
That's
and
true.
disobedience shows up in different ways. But at the end, the brass tacks, when you strip it down, that's what it is. This is why the Lord tells you, have a relationship with me. Because when you have a relationship with someone, you understand, can I trust this person? Can I not trust this person? It's
Mm-hmm.
simple. It's not hard. But if you don't have a relationship, then you're not going to know me. You're not going to know my voice. You're not going to know what I have planned for you. You're not going to be able to trust me. You're not going to be able to be thrown into that big fire like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego and have trust enough to know that I'll be in there with you.
Mm.
You're
Mhm.
not going to
Yeah,
have that trust because it comes from you being still. Understand, God don't need to learn to trust himself. He doesn't
right.
need to learn to
That's
trust
true.
himself. If anything, we need to learn to trust him. And I say this all the time. God don't need gravity, dogs.
Hmm.
God don't need plants. He don't need air. He doesn't need none of these things. All of these things were made for his children.
We do.
All of
Yep.
these things were made for us. And here's the crazy thing, that this may be a little controversial. It wasn't made for everybody.
Right.
It
Thank
was
Mhm.
you,
made for his,
Vaughn.
his remnant and his chosen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So get on the good foot and make sure your election is assured. Study to show thyself approved. So you
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
can't say that I didn't have enough time.
Thank you,
Everyone has
Liberated.
time. So
Mm-hmm.
it's important, man. It's very important to take understanding and take grab of the time that you have and understand, what do I need to do?
Mhm.
And it
Right.
sounds serious. It is serious. Look out your window. We say it all the time, and I know people get tired of hearing it. Look out your window. It just hasn't hit here yet. It's
Hmm.
already around the world. The world is popping right now, and I don't mean it in a good way. There's wars
Right.
and rumors of wars. Look around the world. It just hasn't come here yet, but it will.
It
Mhm.
will. That's true. And then when you mention, sis, like sometimes we don't understand why God puts us through certain things. That's so true. And another part of it, um, I know for plenty of people, for me for sure, not all pain comes directly from God. And I think it's important to understand that because just because something painful happens, it doesn't mean that God caused it. Sometimes it could be my poor choice, another person's choice. Living in a broken world is also another factor. And again, the consequences of the decisions that we choose to make. But God still promises in that
Facts.
He can redeem us through that pain and bring purpose out of anything if we, submit to Him. And that's where Romans 8:28 comes in. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him.
Mhm.
And then sometimes it is all for, like Bolo said, Job, that was all for the glory of God.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
and
for
we
sure.
may sometimes get up out of here. We may die not knowing why we had to endure certain things. We may not understand it here.
And that's okay because
Yeah.
I'm so listen, and we've had this conversation for years, sis. For
Hmm.
me, I've never feared death, right?
That's
Um,
beautiful.
Now that I'm getting older, it's kind of like I don't want to die right now, right? Even though I
Right.
don't fear death, because I have kids
Hmm.
and I want to see them grow and be prosperous and successful and things like that. And I want to see my grandkids if I'm blessed enough to see that. It's
Yeah.
a blessing. But if I don't make it to that point,
Hmm.
I'm not
Hi,
gonna stress
Anthony.
myself out about. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be
Hey,
like, oh
world
my god.
class. Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody. I don't want to like lose my mind if I don't get to that point. Does that make sense? Because
What
at
are
the
you
end of the
saying?
day,
Like growing older?
we yeah we can't control that because we never
Right.
know. Anything could happen to anybody. We don't know. We
Hmm.
just really don't know what could happen. But of course, we want to try to live our best lives and do the right thing. But nobody knows the day or the hour that we're going to get up out of here. It
Nobody.
is what it is.
Right.
So, but of course, now having kids, I'm like, oh, I would love to be here for my kids, my grandkids, just that supportive system. They need a babysitter. Hey, you the whole
Hmm.
nine, the whole grandmother, grandfather
You think
event.
about
Like
your
I want to do
children,
that. I,
like,
I want I want to be
yeah.
like, okay, him and his wife want to go out for the weekend, have a good time. Baby, bring the grandbabies over. Okay, period. Bring the grandbabies. I got this. We got
Hmm.
this. So I want to experience that, but
Of
I
course.
mean, I can't control what God has in store, what His plan is. That's my thing. We don't know.
Hmm.
We just don't know.
Right.
So it is what it is.
That's very true. Hey, Hustler Muscular, did you want to add? Um, can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, my bad. Had to adjust my mic. But happy birthday, Mo Love. Again,
Thank you.
shout out to brother Bolo.
What's going on, my G?
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm very grateful.
And to what T was saying, this is why
Hmm.
it's purposeful for us to teach and train our children as if we're not going to be here.
That's so good.
A lot of people, a lot of parents train their children as if they will be there. And
I
that's
don't
bad.
think women do that. Do you? Like, we don't
My
train
mama
our
didn't do that.
kids. We
Yes,
don't
women
train
train.
our kids to we train them like, I'm always here for you. I got you. It's the
Correct.
men
The men do that.
that train. Yeah.
Women train their children at dependence. I'll always be there. You're never
Mm-hmm.
alone. Men train their
Mm.
children. I'm not gonna be
For
here all your
survival.
life. You're
Yeah,
not. I'm not gonna
survival.
always
Man,
be
that's
here.
the
Figure this out.
truth.
So
Yep.
this
To
is
be
why
fair,
it's
That's a
very
fact.
that's how
important.
my
And
homeboy
this
did
is
his
not.
son. That's how my
And,
homeboy did his son. Yeah.
and it's not across the board. Not all women. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
same way. Not all men. But we
Mhm.
know the majority of them, right? So this is why it is important to raise our children this way, so that wherever we leave off, they can pick up the fight. And it's not a morbid
And that's
way.
the difference.
It's not a morbid way of talking. We
Mhm.
all know, and again, I hope I don't. I hope I see Christ, and I hope He comes while I'm here. But
That
Mhm.
would be amazing. Yeah.
just in case, you prepare them and say, listen, this is what you need to do, because if you're not this, this is going to happen. Now,
Mhm.
how do you
Yeah.
know? Because how do you know, Daddy? Because the word says it.
Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I know this is going to happen. So get your relationship now, because here's the thing: what you learn now is what you're going to apply then.
Mm-hmm.
There will be
That's
no
so
learning in the
true.
wilderness, dog. There will be no learning. There will be no, can you please break open this book and go over this chapter? There is none of that.
Mhm.
There is none of
It's
that.
too late.
So understand, when the Lord tells you, seek me while there's still yet time. When he gives you these parables of the bridesmaids and the bridegroom, when he gives you these parables of, well, not parable, when he gives you Noah's Ark, when he gives you the Passover, all of those things have one thing in common. There was a time when you had to get there and a time when the door was closed.
Mhm.
All of those things have that in common. So please, please get to know Christ, man, before it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Mm.
I agree.
That is so deep. Thank you so much, sis, for the 49.99 super chat. It says, "Happy birthday. I love you so much. Welcome to the 40 Club." I cannot believe this.
Girl, you old like us now, baby. It's all right. It's all
Welcome to the
right.
old folk.
Yes, but
Welcome to
I
the
Embrace
old
wanted to
folks
it.
club.
say, I
Embrace
wanted,
it.
I wanted to say, I love you so much. I thank God for
Me
you
too.
so much. I'm grateful, just to have you as a big sister, and I thank God for continuing to see us through everything.
Yeah, for sure. I
And
love you too.
thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate you. What did world class say? Besides Bolo is 1,000% responsible for all things.
Really?
No,
Yeah,
it's
No,
world class. He's responsible.
That
we're
is
all
funny.
responsible.
that's so sweet, world
Mhm.
class. Thank you. That's so
And by the way, Mo Love, welcome to the
That
old
is
folks. Well,
sweet.
the young old folks club. I'm gonna say.
the young old. Yeah,
Am I
cause
old?
yeah, no, we're
But
young
it's so
old.
beautiful to grow
It's a
older.
blessing.
It
Yeah.
is such a blessing. When I think about some of my friends that didn't even see 20 years old,
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
so
sorry to
grateful.
hear that.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
few.
yeah, it's perfect. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Then some died in the 20s. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And then you said, sis, I'm still stuck on when you were talking about, we asked, Lord, why do I have to go through this? What
Hmm.
was the point? And
Hmm.
and when you look back, like, would you be as strong as you are in the Lord if you didn't go
Mm.
through that? Because sometimes that pain often develops um the deep need, I guess, for purpose, because pain forces growth in ways that
Oh.
comfort never could. If
Hmm.
we stay comfortable, you get what I'm saying? We'll just stay there. But that pain will force you, to eventually help me out. I don't know the word I'm looking for. but the pain
Mm,
pushes you to become the person, that God would desire you to be. And Romans, that's why I love Romans. It's everything 5, 3, and 4. Suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. And sometimes you won't gain those things without going through pains, you know?
facts. That's true.
Yep. What happened? Uh,
Ooh.
wow. Yeah, that's tough.
Oh,
And then I don't mean, but
that's crazy.
my son went through something so tragic a few months ago, y'all. You just never know. His best friend's name, Success, right? He got the top awards, every award that they were giving out at the end of the year, his best friend received. So I just found out a couple of months ago because it was a case going on. He drowned at his
Mm.
best friend's house. And when
I
I tell
remember you
you
telling
that
me.
broke my heart, and even when I hear stories about uh drowning now, I mean about swimming, it just brings up that trauma because the way that kids have a way of like pushing through things because Matt was like, "Hey, mama, Success." I was like, "Yeah, y'all go play basketball every day." He said, "Well, he drowned." My friend was telling me that he just transferred to another school, but since the case is finalized, he told me that he passed last June, and it just broke my heart. I'm like, I didn't know. I didn't get to the funeral, nothing, and then he has such a bright future. It's just things like that. It's so sad. You just never know when and how. You know,
Yep, that's true.
life is so unpredictable. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember you telling me that story. That's sad, but yeah,
it is so. Oh, that broke my heart. Even today, thinking about it.
yeah, for
Hmm.
sure.
But I can't allow that. Like we talk about trauma, and we allow things to keep us in pain. Like now, when Matthew mentions wanting to go swimming, I get nervous, even though he can swim. You get what I'm saying? It just makes me feel like, oh, because of what his friend had to go through. World class said, yeah, I'm making sure my son can swim this summer. Brandon said, black kids must learn to swim. Too many of us drown. I experienced this too. Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, sis, I love you. I just want
You
to
too.
say that I had a great time this weekend, and welcome to the 40 Club.
It was so fun.
It gets better. You'll have your hard days. Your knees might buckle one day. Your neck might hurt. Like what I'm saying. Like it's a lot going on. All right, but it's cool.
Mhm.
It's a blessing to be. It's a blessing.
Mhm.
Just gotta stay active, motivate yourself every day,
That's the
encourage
key.
yourself. And that's really what it's all about. Every day we wake up is a blessing. We should be grateful for every breath that we take. Because nothing is promised. Like nothing in life is promised.
Mhm. And cherish the people around us too.
Absolutely, I
That's a
agree.
huge part.
I agree with that. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, I love you, and
I love you
I think you're a
too.
great person. I think you're amazing. I love what you are doing over here, along with Bolo. Y'all's collaboration is top tier,
I appreciate that so
top
much.
tier, and y'all just keep going, man. I rock with y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Please support sis. Send her a birthday cash app or whatever. Show her some love for her birthday, and shout out. I'm
Thank
gonna try
you. So I have a question. When you mentioned God's purpose and why do we have to go through certain things?
to.
Do you think that God God allowing us free will can also be the reason behind some of our pain? Okay, so for example, we can choose to
Yeah.
love, or we can choose cruelty. You get what I'm saying? We can
Mm-hmm.
choose faithfulness, or we can choose destruction.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And some people say
oh,
this is the part
that's hard.
that I get confused on when people say God already has your life aligned,
That's
everything is
yeah.
already
Yeah.
planned out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and some people say it's gonna happen regardless of what you do. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if I necessarily agree with that, because if God has given us free will, if we abide by what he says, then his purpose will be fulfilled. You get what I'm saying? And if we make choices not to, then it's not that God didn't have a plan for our life. It's not that that was not fact. Our
Mm-hmm.
choices could be the reason behind us not seeing that plan, you know, pan out. But some
Um,
people believe, like, for example, I was talking to a little brother about that. He said, no, like, God has your life planned out. You're not gonna go out here and do certain things if God doesn't, um, if that's not the plan. Because if you do stuff at the end of the day,
that's hard.
he's,
I have a hard
and
time with that.
I agree with that, right?
I have a hard time with that because at one end, I understand that God is omnipresent. Like he understands, like he's all about time. We don't understand time like he understands time. He was there before we got there. He was there after we got there, and all the things. So it's hard to understand. God is such a huge presence, a huge spirit that I don't think we can understand everything, right?
Hmm.
About him. So we just kind of have to, that's where faith comes in. You just kind of
Right.
have to like believe that he is who he says that he is, which is he says that I am. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah,
is
that's so
all
true.
things. He's everything, he's all things. So for us, our little human brains to try to encompass or understand all that he is, we would lose our mind at the end of the day. So
We good.
it's kind of pointless to try to really understand all that he is, even though we can have questions. It's just it's just too much at the end of the day because our brains can't. We can't conceptualize what God really is because he's such a he's everything. He's all things. It's just a lot.
Mhm.
We can't take it. If we could understand him fully, um, what would we have to look forward to?
Yeah.
You know what I
And again,
mean?
it's too much
Good
for
point.
the human mind to
Hmm.
grasp. It's
It's too
just
much. Yeah.
impossible.
He's so much bigger than us. It's just pointless to try to figure it out. You know.
Hmm.
So.
Yep, all facts, all facts.
But yeah,
Yes, sir.
man. I love y'all, man.
Let the man upstairs
Um.
do his
Me
work. Let the man
too.
upstairs do his work. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. But I love you, sis. I love you, Bolo, H and
Love
M,
you too,
everybody
sis.
in the chat. It
Good
was
night.
fun. I love y'all. It was
Yeah.
great. Y'all show
Love
sis some
you.
love. And hit her cash up. Send me a couple of dollars. Okay. She 40. She old. She need the dollars. If you're
Welcome,
40, you need a
welcome to the young
Girl,
old folks club.
stop.
Like I said,
need a
Okay.
coin. Listen, we all need the coins. What you mean? Um, it is what it is. Don't be too proud, period. Okay.
I mean, look at the
Um,
bright
I'm
side.
not, but you know I don't
We
I
still
know,
got
cash
but
up like
still,
that. But
it's
yeah,
so
if y'all want to donate, please feel
yeah, we
free.
still got
it's
20 more years
okay.
before we have to retire. So let's make the best of it, okay?
I'm trying. I'm not trying to go 20 more years, but I see what you're saying. Oh, child, that's a lot.
Girl, go to
Yeah,
the gym. Go to the gym, exercise. You go feel as good as you did in 20s. I know
I
I
don't
do.
want to work. I don't want to work till 65. That's
Are you in
insane.
your 40s,
Now I said
Hustler?
work out. I said work out.
Oh, work out. Oh, okay. I thought you meant work. Oh
I didn't
no.
say hell no.
Oh
When them
no. We're
bones
not
start
trying
getting
to do that.
fragile, no, 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 don't do that. No, 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 no. I said work out. But then again, if you
Okay.
work
Okay.
out, you
Okay.
probably do some work too. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey,
Kind of goes
Coffee,
hand in
good to
hand.
see
Gotcha.
you. Are you in
Hey,
your 40s yet, Hustler? Or
I've
I
been.
think.
Your
Right.
sister is
oh,
a year.
okay,
Your
I didn't know
sister is a
that.
year older than myself.
Okay. So he's
So you
41.
said you work out all the time and you feel like you did when you were in your 20s.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's a
Y'all
good life
two.
right there.
You two want to join me? I'll get you both in shape. No military workouts, but I'll get you in shape.
Listen. I'm
I'm trying to do
listen.
better.
I'm with the. I'm definitely with the getting in shape for sure. Okay,
Yeah,
shout out
Yeah.
to that.
that's
Make your
But
day
key.
thank
great.
y'all.
Make your
I
day
love
great. Get
Thank
y'all.
you,
yourself in shape.
sis.
Do it now
Thank
before it's
you,
too late.
sis. I love y'all. Have a good stream. Okay. I love you
Love you
guys.
Love
too.
you
I'm out of
too.
Hey,
here.
True Bleed.
Smooches.
Good to see you. Hey, Coach Ferg.
Shout out to Coach
67
Ferg.
is the new retirement age for y'all. I retired at 54, loving it.
That's what I heard anyway. It was 65, but they changed it to 50.
67.
That's what I
Wow.
heard. Shit. Shoot. That's what I heard.
Yeah, but I won't be live too long. I have to have surgery in the morning that I'm very nervous
Damn,
about.
what happened to you? It's your
Uh-uh. I'll talk about it after the Lord sees me through.
well, to be fair, back in
Yeah.
2013, I had surgery on my left leg. I tore an ACL and it hurts on and
Oh
off, but it's still good.
wow. Yeah.
So I know
But
what that feels like.
I have my soldier, my mama. She is just I love her. She said, "No, there's no room for doubt. Just like God has seen you through before, He's gonna see you through this. I will be there to get you at 11 in the morning, and I'm not gonna leave your side, and you're gonna be okay." So yeah. Um, but yes, I'm so grateful. Like people have really sent me a lot of money tonight. I didn't expect that. Thank y'all so much. Like my Cash App is loaded. Um, thank you, sis. I appreciate you for the super chat. I think this topic was so needed. It's basically about, not wasting time, aligning yourself with the Lord at the end of the day, and realizing that in order for you to receive the things of Him, obedience is so key in our walk. In order for us to reach our purpose and understand God's purpose for our lives, we must walk in obedience. And that is so difficult. The enemy is working overtime to, make sure that we don't, you know? So, yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to see if I had. I think those were all the points I had. But sis brought up a good point talking about sometimes we don't understand why we go through a lot of the things that we go through, and that's a very layered topic. But
It
it's
is.
good, and the whole free will thing too is a big part of sometimes why we go through pain, because again we can choose wisdom or destruction, and a lot of the pain we see in the world is not God directly causing it. It is a result of human choices, you know.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that because I'm gonna
Mhm.
say this before I hop down. I got to get some sleep, but they say hard times create strong people, while good times create weak people. But
Yes.
I have reason. But like you said, sometimes we bring our own storms upon ourselves through bad decisions and maybe the occasional mistake. Well, I think bad choices have more of a dangerous consequence than just mistakes. You can
Mhm.
rectify a mistake, but you can't rectify a bad decision as easily. Just saying.
A mistake and a bad decision, isn't that the same?
I used to think it was the same thing, but I was taught this. Children make mistakes, adults make bad decisions. I mean, at a certain age, you should have a discernment for what's right and what's wrong, what's best for you, what's not best for you. So whatever you do from that point on, it's just on you compared to a
That
child
depends.
and they're
Yeah, that's
still
a good
learning and
point.
developing. Yeah,
That's a good point, but that depends. That's a very good point, though. But it depends because again, there are certain people that are still developing, and certain people still going through things to get them to where they need to be. Job was a grown ass man when he went through what he went through. He wasn't a young spring chicken, So
some things you're
there are
never too old for, I guess.
absolutely, absolutely. But the point you made was very valid. It was a very
Oh,
valid.
they're saying he's okay, so it's different. Bad decisions and a mistake.
Yeah.
But they can't be sometimes the same thing. Oh, he dropped. Can they be sometimes the same thing?
Bad decision and mistake. I guess from the perspective you're looking at it from. I guess you know. Uh, I guess it
Okay.
could.
Liberated said, I think it is situational. Hmm. Coffee said H&M is right. I don't know. I just thought they were the same. Because what is a mistake, right? Isn't that a bad decision? Isn't a bad
Well,
decision a mistake?
a mistake. Uh, a mistake would be an unintentional thing. A mistake is unintentional, while a bad decision was intentional. You probably didn't look at all of uh, that you didn't do your due diligence in anything and everything that you needed to do. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah.
a mistake was an unintentional thing. I didn't mean to hit that kid in the car. Mistake. You know, a bad decision. I'm gonna try to get past that red light. It's yellow right now. I'm gonna try to get past that red light, and a kid just happens to run out. That was a bad decision.
Mm.
So yeah, mistakes and bad decisions are not the same thing. They sound the same, but they're not. They're not.
Yeah. So Coffee said bad decisions are things you may not have known better not to
That
approach, but challenge it anyways.
you didn't do all the math, right, Kwafi? You
Mm-hmm.
ain't you didn't have enough information, but yet you still did it.
Mm-hmm.
While a mistake was it was unintentional. You know what I'm saying? I it was a mistake for me to do this. I didn't even think I was going to do this at all. And
Mm-hmm.
this happens. So yeah, it's an unintentional accident, a mistake. While a bad decision are intentional, ill-informed, harmful actions.
Yeah. So Coach Ferg said mistakes are often unintentional as there's no deliberate decision making involved. Poor choices require deliberation as the individual consciously chooses a particular course of action.
Sounds like
Hmm.
we agree.
Yeah. Coffee said, then there's a honest mistake or a careless mistake versus using the same mistake as an excuse. Yeah.
Man, you trying to make this deep, brother. You trying to make this deep. Which is, yeah, you're absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Um, I guess I was saying I thought that they were the same because I guess when you look deeper, both involve a choice that led to, I guess, an undesirable outcome.
Right, but the
But
intention is what makes it different. Remember, the intentions is what Christ is judging you on. Your heart.
mhm,
Where was your heart when you did it? Okay. That's what he's judging you on. Right? Those guys that brought the whore to Christ, what did he judge him on? Their conscience, their heart. That's what that's what found them guilty. So a mistake is an unintentional accident. Listen, I'm doing 10 miles an hour and the kid runs out into the middle of the street.
mhm,
That's an accident. That's a mistake. The kid didn't intentionally want to get hit by a car, and I didn't want to hit the kid by a car. Luckily, I was paying attention to what the speed limit is, and the child isn't gone. The child just
mhm,
breaks a leg or something like that. But when you make a bad decision means that you didn't take the time to qualify nor quantify anything and everything that could possibly go wrong.
that's
You just
true.
went involved. So similar. Listen, there are a lot of things that share similar traits, but they're wrong. Salt and sugar look the same from far away, but they're two totally different things.
Good point. The Liberated said, if I randomly get punched and turn around and hit the first person I see because I thought they hit me, only to find out it was somebody else, wouldn't it be a bad decision and a mistake?
That would be a mistake. That's a good one. That's a
It
good one.
is.
That would be a mistake because a person that you hit, if they're a level-minded person, they would say, listen, man, I would have probably did the same thing. It doesn't change the fact that you blacked my eye, but I probably would have did the same thing. And if they're evenly keeled, doesn't mean that they ain't going, retaliate. But chances are, if they're even keeled, they wouldn't. They would understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that's true. Brandon said they cross correlate more love. Okay. Irby's laughing. Kwafi said, Yolanda Adams had a great quote in one of her songs, Lord, help me not to make the same mistakes over and over again. Lord, guide me through. I open my arms to you. I remember that song,
Well, then
which
that's not a
talked
mistake.
about known failures.
Well, yeah, that's not a mistake when you continue to do the same thing. At that point, that's called, stubbornness. When you
Mm-hmm.
continue to do the same thing over and over again and get the same result and expect different results, that's the definition of insanity. That doesn't make any sense. But some people do it. Some people they figure that out and they continue to move in it.
Mm-hmm.
And wonder again. That's that mistaking movement for progress.
Right. That's true. Hey, 777. Thank you for coming up. Can you hear me? Hello. I don't know what's wrong with the sound. I don't see that you're on mute. Coffee said, yet we gravitate to them, whether it is addictive sex, mistook as love, drugs, overeating, which could be an emotional disorder or an addictive taste. So many others I can speak on.
Yeah, you're on point with that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, he just said his audio was bad. Yeah, I guess I can see how it will be different when you put it that way.
He put something. He says, "But Bolo, once upon a time, what?"
But Bolo, once you open your arms to God, I think asking for his guidance, I think asking for his guidance because you are not strong enough is not a bad mistake. Is not bad, mistake or not.
No,
So I
I
think
think
asking for his guidance because you are not strong enough is not bad, mistake or not. Okay.
nah. That's a smart, understanding movement. That's strategy, baby. That's what it is. That's strategy. That's not definitely a mistake. Because once you understand who you are outside of him, well, once you understand what you're not outside of him and who you are inside of him, that gives you a different perspective. You realize that we can't do nothing on our own, but through his strength, we're able to conquer all. Not through ours, but through his.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where everything starts to line up and everything starts to match, because that humility is what's important. And what does that humility make you do? It keeps you in a line of learning. That's
Mm-hmm.
what the humility does. This is why the Lord wants you to be humble. Because why? You're forever learning. Once you get to that point where you say, I know, learning stops.
Mm-hmm.
You don't grow anymore. You're stuck and you're stagnant right where you are. And here's the beauty of Christ. We never stop growing in him.
Right.
Right? The sky is the limit. So this is why he tells you to stay humble, because there's so much you can learn. There's so much growth that we have left in us. So Once you get to that point, it's like when you tell your child you're the man of the house. Growing
Mhm.
stops at that point. He's not a child
Right.
anymore. He's not learning as a child. He's going to take what he knows as an 8-year-old and try to make grown men decisions and use
Mm.
that. It stunts his growth at that point. But when you're humble in Christ, you know, your growth never stops. You're ever learning. You stop and you meditate. What do I need to learn? I keep bumping my head on this door, man. Maybe I need to stop and just look at it from a different perspective. So it's important, and that's where you understanding time is not on your side.
Mhm.
Soon as you come on this earth, your clock towards death starts ticking. I hate to say it like that, but that's the
Mm.
truth. Soon as you
Mhm.
come on this earth, soon as you are able, soon as they smack your behind and you start crying, your clock starts.
Right.
Your clock starts. So at that point, humility is it works with you because if you're stubborn, what would take you 8 months to learn with humility, and I'm just throwing these numbers out arbitrarily, it may take you 3 months to learn.
Mm.
Because you're not hard headed. Hard headed, you got to keep telling your dude, stop doing that, man. Okay, stop doing that. A person that's willing to learn, a person that's willing to humble themselves and hear, they'll be like, what am I doing wrong? Okay, what do you suggest I should do? And hopefully they pivot. Now listen, just because you give them that advice don't mean that they might get it right. But the point of the matter is something is going to spark in their mind and say, I didn't get the same results that I got before. So
Mhm.
maybe if I start doing things a little bit different, I will get different results. That's the point. That's the direction we want to go in. But
Mm. That's
Kwafi
true.
said something else. He says, what if I've been praying for this whole week is
What
for
I have
God?
been praying. I'm sorry.
What if I've been praying for this whole week is for God to guide all the men in this space who has lack of emotional intelligence, and also the men on the streets, very younger men, has bad
Mm.
tempers, 13-year-olds with a weapon, and will pop you because you gave advice in a respectful way, but feels you should hold on
Uh.
but feels you shouldn't tell him anything, and all he hears is you trying to tell him something right. That's a good question. um One, everything is to the benefit of God, be it left or right. Everything is to his benefit. We may not see it, we don't need to see it, it's none of our business, it's his, right?
Mhm.
um the Holy Spirit, when you have that relationship with the Holy Spirit, it will move you. I remember I was talking to a young man a few weeks ago, and he was one of those dudes that you're talking about, Kwafi. He wasn't 13, he was 16, and very stubborn, very hard. One of those dudes that carry, you know, those things. And having the conversation with him, it started off rough. It did. It started off rough. But what the dude just needed to do was he just needed to let off that steam because his father wasn't there.
Mhm.
And it's hard for a 16-year-old to think in terms of being head of household. He doesn't get to be a
That's
child.
true.
It's
Right.
unfair. He has to take up the responsibility. It's unfair. I get it. So all he needed to know was someone was on his team, someone was on his side, and someone that he can reach out to. He cried. I embraced him, and he's been getting better ever since. Right. So the Holy Spirit will move you in the way you need to deal with everyone, because every child is different, every young adult is different, every adult is different.
Mhm.
So it may be the same message, but it's going to be delivered differently for every person. So I hope that
Right.
answered your question, Kwafi.
Do you think a lot of this is due to a lack of fathers?
That has a lot to do with it. That has a lot to do with it. not having fathers, telling someone to be something and they've never seen it work, they've never seen it think, they've never seen it maneuver is almost impossible because a woman can only teach a son what the ramifications of not being a good man is.
Mm-hmm.
That's all she can do. She can only teach him what it looks like not to be a good. You see the life we live in right now? That's because your father left. So he's only seeing
Mm-hmm.
the effect. He's not
Mm-hmm.
seeing cause. So if you have him there and the son can see the father deal with the moms, they have arguments and he's just watching to see how the father maneuvers the argument. He sees how the father deals with different issues in life in real time.
Mm-hmm.
It gives him time to quantify and sit there and say, damn, that's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, to tell someone to do something and they've never seen it, it's practically almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
That's true.
So um when you don't, and again, for little girls also, when they don't have that connection and that understanding of what it is to feel protected, what do you have to measure against?
Hmm.
You have nothing. We've been taught wrong. The foundation of the home is the father.
100%.
Period. Yeah, women can get emotional all they want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the way you destroy the earth was through Adam, not through Eve. Eve was a ploy to get to Adam.
Hmm.
Let's understand that. It wasn't destroyed. Death didn't enter the world until Adam sinned. So this is not to take away anything from women. What you guys do as far as being the first nurturers are beautiful. This is nothing against that. We're saying what I'm saying is the fact. You may not want to hear it, not get it. The way society, especially here, has been taught that men, we're conditional. If you're feelings, you're keepers. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't, you don't. That's totally off. The way
Mm-hmm.
you destroy a nation is not through women, it's through men. That's how you destroy a nation. That's how you destroy a home, through men. Period. It is what it is. And people have arguments pertaining to it because they'll tell you, well, the wife is this and the mother is that. I'm not taking away nothing from the wife, the mother.
Right.
What she does cannot be replaced. And unfortunately, the thought process gets put into, but what about? This isn't about what about. This isn't about measuring who's more important, who's not.
Right.
This isn't that kind of conversation, you know? And that's what's, we have to understand that. It's not about that, so. Mr. Ferg, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Coach Bird.
How y'all doing? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I'm just chiming in. We got a storm going through here, so got me up.
Where are
Oh,
you?
okay.
Where are you?
I'm in southern Indiana area, close
Okay.
to Louisville, about 20 minutes outside of Louisville, but I'm in Indiana, so
Oh,
close to my hometown. Just
I pray that you are good.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we good, man. I'm always listening for the weather. It's the sirens, and when they say move, I move. I ain't trying to be brave. I gather everything I need, and I already got my
Got your bug
bunker
out bag?
plan together. Yeah, I got my bunker plan always together.
All
So
right. See, that's why you need a man.
yeah,
Cats need that bug out bag. A lot of people don't have that bug out bag ready in case you need to bounce out and you grab with the essentials. You know what I'm saying?
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
So,
It's
oh,
no, go ahead.
bad. I was just looking at Kwafi's comments. He said is wanting to be the man of the house too. Some sons are super at odds with fathers right in the home. Daughters are the same against mothers and go towards fathers to get their way. Then there's that father who is docile, warm body present in the home, but his mindset is just the same as the
Yeah,
kids.
absolutely. All of those
Mhm.
things, just because you have a penis and you lay pipe and you have children,
Man.
that don't make you a father, brother. You're 100% correct, dog. So, again, it's a mind state. This is why the Lord talks about mind, body, soul, and spirit, right? It's a total package. And
But
unfortunately, we don't have all of that, but it's important to have, and you have these in the word, and I'll give it to you, Coach Ferg. The scriptures do say that the Lord came to bring a variance, father against son, mother against daughter. This word is going to separate people because there's a discipline that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
um, when it comes to fathers being in the home, I don't think people realize that parents talk. Parents talk at night in the bed together about how to handle more love who's acting out. You
Mm-hmm.
take care of it before I knock upside the head. You take care of when it came to me, I have 5 sisters in the house and my mother, so 6 women, me and my brother. When it came to me and my brother, my daddy dealt with us.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to my sisters, he dealt with my sisters in a different way. He
Absolutely.
wasn't polite with his words. He ain't worried about all emotion. He ain't we get that shit together before I deal with you. 9 times out of 10, everybody got it together sooner or later. Because my mother was gonna be the one that went upside you. She wasn't abusive, but she would go upside your head. And I think over the years, as Gen Xers became parents, we softer. And when we start having our kids are softer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look over even in society, they say don't do this to the child. Then you wonder why the police is beating them upside the head.
Hmm.
In working with young people, y'all said something critical earlier. The relationship with the father is most important
Mm-hmm.
because
It
if you
is.
got a relationship with the father, meaning you go to sleep when he go to sleep or you sleep before him, you're gonna, even though he may come down on you, you're gonna go cry in your pillow and you go come back out the next day and be like, Daddy, can I get $5? And he go say what he go because fathers didn't really, I think people get a misnomer sometimes, but fathers are sort of quiet in the home. He understood that. Listen, we all got roles.
Mm-hmm.
You talk to him before I talk to him because a father ain't gonna talk to a 16-year-old son like he would a 6-year-old son. It's a different conversation. And
Right.
Hmm.
as boys, we tend to buck up against mama once we start growing, when our scrotum sacs separate. Now we chesting up to our mama.
Mm-hmm.
And see a father attain that. That's even in
Exactly.
the real, like I compare it to lion pride. You 21, 28-year-old lion, you got to go. You got to go be a man in your own space. And since society knows that the father's the most important thing, then if they can separate the father and the son early,
Mm.
then more than likely that son will be a savage in the streets. He'll have no discipline. He won't give himself I guess it's almost like, we going back to this mistakes thing. We'll make mistakes along the way, but if you got that good word that what daddy said at some point, you're gonna go back and relive that. Man, daddy said, don't
Yeah.
do this. So I mean, I think it's just different, but we under the feminist mindset for the last 60 years. We don't value the man's voice
60
and the man's
years?
actions as more. Yeah, ever since they gave us uh, welfare and birth control and all this, and because we
Mhm.
went from Republican to Democrats, and this is where we are. And Democrats, they believe in all that freedom. Give them free, and then you looking at your son like I don't know what happened to him. We gave we gave him too many choices and too much freedom. And once he gets outside, no telling what he gonna bring back to your house. But nobody checks that. A
Yeah.
father check it at the door. Hey, hey, hey. What you doing? Come here. Well, I don't know. But it's just a different type of man in the world, especially black man. We too say I'll say
It's
something like that. I
so
shake
different.
dudes' hands today. They hands all sweaty and fluffy and shit. When the
Mhm.
man start having sweaty palms, man, I ain't never
Hey, 84.
shake
You got
no
a question
woman's
mark.
hands.
Yeah, it's definitely a different mindset. I was on a panel the other night, and the men were saying, "Yeah, if a woman is aggressive with me, I'm gonna just knock her out.
Come on,
I'm gonna just beat her down and knock her out."
come
And
on.
I'm like, "But okay, I get it. Women should absolutely keep their hands to themselves, and for so many years, women have gotten away with being abusive towards men, and that's an issue. But it was shocking and it was sad to hear a majority of the men say, "Yeah, I'm gonna knock her out." And that's not to say because women are just as delusional, psychotic as some of these men. I said, no, if it is a life and death situation, do what you have to do. My point was that should not be your first line of defense. So you're saying instead of you restraining her, instead of you calling the cops, you're going to beat her down and knock her out. I had a hard time trying to make sense of that,
Because
and I'm like, do most men, I'm used to
no,
men having that thought process. I'm just not, you know.
I'm not either. Like I said, I had 5 sisters, and one thing our parents wasn't gonna let us do is fight. Wasn't
Yeah.
gonna be all that. But see, you got houses where people grow up in that chaos, and they intentionally let you know early that y'all ain't got the same daddy. And
Yeah.
who typically doesn't have a voice in the house? The brother. He don't have a voice. It's typically the women that have a voice. And but when he turns 16, I ain't gonna say 16. I'll say 14. When his scrotum sac separate from his body and
Mm-hmm.
that balls drop, he's not looking at women the same. He wants a woman. He's
Mm,
not. It ain't the same hug he give you. He gonna give you that side hug, that church hug. When he about
mm-hmm.
15, 16. They ain't like when he was 11 and 12. Eat mommy. They're like, come on, ma, I ain't with all that. Cool. Because that's a transition, and most boys don't have advocates as men.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. So, Kwaki said a father is essential in the home, warm body and all, presence. But what is his mindset like for the son to still go astray? So, I guess he's asking if the father is present, and instilling great values in the child, what will lead them to still go astray?
Listening to other people that ain't in that house, they got too much freedom. Looking
Mm-hmm.
at your friends be able to stay out all night and go places that you know you shouldn't go. And then because of parents, they typically have some type, if you got some productive parents, they typically have some type of discipline. They go to work, they come home, they ain't out at the pool party, they ain't out at the what happy hour. They go to work, they come home by 6 o'clock. They ain't giving you, especially as teenagers. Once you get to a teenager, you should be on cruise control in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, and this is the difference what I've seen when I was going into homes that I
Mm-hmm.
didn't see when I was young. People don't assign chores and responsibilities to their kids.
Oh, that's true.
They let the house be nasty, but they got 4 teenagers in the house. Make no
Right.
sense to me.
Yeah, and
But
and even from the beginning of time, when you correlate God with him, right? God with this, God Himself is a perfect Father, yet His children still do what? We rebel. So even if in a perfect environment, rebellion can happen. So even the story of the prodigal son, the father in the story was very loving. It showed that he was patient and also present, but the son still demanded what? He wanted his money and he left. So a good father absolutely can guide a son, but he cannot live inside that son's mind and control his choices. And as you stated, Coach Ferg, it's about, sometimes rebellion. You choose to do what you want to do over what may be right.
Yeah, and it's the relationship. That's why I appreciate my father because he always talked to me real. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't, you know what I'm saying? If I did something, he let me know. He didn't, it's the relationship building. But at the same time, we did stuff together. Both love football. You know what I'm saying? When I was playing sports, he came to all of my games.
Mm-hmm.
I can count on one hand out of 13 years he didn't show up. I could hear his voice. It's a scene in Friday. Remember the scene when Craig had to go in the bathroom with his daddy?
Yeah.
That's what fathers do. I had to do that. When I saw that, I was like, man, I remember I was like 12, 13. And he gave
Mm-hmm.
me one of them talks. Like, listen, you know what I'm saying? So, and I sort of emulated. I ain't gonna have my son do it just because, but I wanted to make sure I was giving my son the best option so he could make the right decision, going back to that
Mm-hmm.
decision, right? So, and everything ain't gonna happen exactly the way you want it to in the moment. Sometimes you may stumble along the way, but once you, if you're serious about who you want to be for the future, you got to learn stuff. People think they can come in being bosses. You don't even know how to organize your room. How you gonna be a boss? You
Yeah.
got a messy house. How you gonna be a boss of a company?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's different. But we right now we just in a soft handshake era, little soft hand type dudes. That's why dudes can't do push ups, can't fight, can't box, don't want to do nothing. Everybody just want to live a fluffy life like their
A
sister.
carefree man, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, Truth, good to see you.
Late nights, early mornings. I just came here to
What's
say
up, Chris?
salute to you and happy birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I
You
really
guys have a good
do.
night. You're welcome.
You too. Thank you.
So, Mo, you a Pisces, Mo? It's your birthday? Okay.
It is my birthday.
Happy
Yes. It
birthday.
is.
Yeah.
Well, it was yesterday, but I didn't get to stream yesterday. I had my birthday dinner and was out late. Coffee said, Mo Love, there are some serious hyenas out here in California. You will have to fight them as a man. I saw one at the hospital, the ER 2 weeks ago, who was loud and just messing with people who were sick, waiting to see the doctor. And when you looked at her, she said, mm, what you looking at? And put a battery in her boyfriend's back to fight. So
Mhm.
you're saying that you agree with that, or did I miss something? You agree that it's okay for men to use, I guess, physical violence as their first line of defense against women? Well, you didn't say that. You said, I guess, the hyenas, but I still feel like there's another way, you know, just my opinion. It's definitely different out here this day and
You,
time.
you know what I can see the difference between you and your sister?
Hmm?
I can tell. You know what I can tell between you and your sister, the difference of most women.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all having a father throughout your life takes away some of that masculine traits.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to show it. You know what I'm saying? So you're not approaching no man talking about nigga, I'll slap you, and you ain't running around the streets with your foul mouth, and
Mm-hmm.
because one, you had certain respects within the home. You respected both mother and father.
Right.
But people don't think parents have conversations. That's the secret. Listen, while I'm at work, you get a little more love, little ass together, and tell her because they had these conversations. So
Of
you like, Daddy
course.
ain't saying
Of
shit because when he
course.
come home, he chilling. He like, okay, because guess who go get it if it ain't done? Didn't I tell you to tell Mo love that? He go get you go the
Mm-hmm.
parents will have it. But but parents used to have these conversations outside the presence of children. Today we
Yeah.
don't have it because most fathers and mothers, if they're not in the same house, they're not having these conversations outside the children. That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only thing my
Yep.
mother had to do is say, "You want me to tell your daddy?" No, let me go ahead and take
That
care.
is a quick way to get some act right. I'm telling you. And even like growing up, my mom would be like, "Get up, it's time to clean up the house." Okay. Number two, second time. I need y'all to get up now. I already told y'all I'm not coming in here again. What does she do? Enter the room again. Next time I'm gonna tell y'all daddy. My daddy coming there. All he has to say is get up now. Everybody jumps.
Hold up. At
Period.
40 something years old, y'all jumping? At
No, I'm
40?
saying growing up. Growing up.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, when we were kids, when my mom would wake us up, will tell us to wake up. We were not listening. But as soon as my dad said, "Get up now," oh, that was it. We were up.
So fast forward that to 25 years, 35 years later.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying? When you have this generations of women who didn't have that, and now they repeating the same thing.
Yeah. Irby said Ferg hasn't seen Mo Love roasting somebody. I try not to. I really do.
Yeah,
Um, but Coffee said, "Man, these women are very masculine. Now, where you would think a man is rolling up on you trying to holler. Man, these women are very masculine now. Where you would think a man is rolling up on you trying to holler. Oh, okay.
roll up on me when I was single. See,
No, I wasn't. I was trying to talk sense into them. Like I had to say, listen, and then all the projection, but y'all don't, y'all. I said, listen, I don't get into these conversations. When I joined the panel, the conversation was about a woman whose husband deleted her and he had mental health things going on. So I said, y'all, of course, changed it to the gender war. I don't get involved in these conversations, but I was trying to make sense of it. Like, no, that doesn't have to be your first line of defense, but they were not having it. But I still stood my ground. Hey, 84, good to see you.
It's your birthday. It's your
oh,
birthday, girl. It's your
Thank
birthday.
you. I'm trying to think of what song that is.
Mo, you was out late. What you did last night, Mo?
I
Uh
don't know. I just had a dinner,
oh.
a
Okay now.
family dinner. I promise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mo giving us
I
the PG
had
version. It's all good.
a family dinner, and I was like,
Don't try to stress the part about family.
everybody
Don't do
was
that.
like, "Oh, what you want to drink, sis?" And I was like, "Oh, do y'all have like a daiquiri?" Keep in mind,
What?
I don't drink. I said, "Do y'all have a daiquiri?" It's my 40th birthday, and I don't want a lot of liquor. And then, like before she left, like doing all the drinks, I was like, can you just bring me a water and a strawberry lemonade? Like, I don't want the drink. It's like I tried, but I
Oh,
was
you tapped
like,
out. You said no.
no, I'm good. I'll do wine here and there.
Oh, okay, Mo. Okay,
Yeah,
Mo.
I'm
Mo,
not
I
now
see.
back in
I
my
see.
day. Yeah,
You doing better, Mo. You doing better. I like it. I like the progression. I like the progression.
of
Welcome,
course.
welcome to the 40 Club, sister. Welcome to the 40 Club. We're glad to have you.
Of
Mo,
course.
what was you drinking? 2020? Night train?
No, I just had a strawberry lemonade and a water on the
No,
side.
back in your day. Back in
Oh,
your
back
day.
in my day,
Them,
anything that was
them,
vodka.
Oh man, anything light? Yeah, yeah, light liquor. Yeah, you was ready to put up your dukes then. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't drink dark back in the day when I used to drink because it would always make me cry for some reason.
Mm-mm. Emotional drinker. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, I would be like it didn't. Mm-mm. But yeah, I'm very grateful. The birthday dinner was nice. I didn't too much care for the waitress, but hey, we worked it out.
Oh, she was being a hater.
I wouldn't say a hater. It was just poor service. You know how they interact. Like, do you guys need anything? There was none of that. And then they got one of the orders wrong, but we worked through it.
Mhm. I think it was somebody young.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
can tell
don't.
she was a lot younger than me, so maybe late
Mhm.
20s, maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's the same as the lady on the 911 call.
And
Talking
I
about
told my
they feel
mama
like
was
work.
too loud. She was like, "Girl, she don't want to be here, baby." I said, "She's right there. Stop."
Mhm. True, true.
But you could tell, yeah. Liberated said
Now,
customer
Mo,
service is trash these days. It is, even when you go to the grocery store, like straight out of high school. I was doing college and working at the grocery store. It was, hey, how are you doing? How's their day going? Today, you don't get that.
Mm-mm.
People have attitudes.
People take their problems to work. It used to be, what I'm saying? Now they on the work crying about some stuff outside and don't let the wrong person that they don't like.
Mhm.
I don't like them. Why? Because they work too much. Huh? That's a stupid reason.
Right. Wow. Coffee said, never had a drink a day in my life. Could not tell you what that is like. And I hate the smell of weed, which you cannot tell the difference. You can't tell the difference from a skunk. Yeah, MIT it is. I know Bolo wasn't gonna be up here too much longer, but you could come up. It's open.
Coffee,
Um,
California, shit. What are you talking?
wow, that's awesome, Coffee.
Yeah, that's all right, coffee.
Before I
I made up
Coffee,
rededicated my
that's a
life to
great
the
thing, brother.
Lord,
Coffee.
yeah,
You're not missing nothing, brother. You're not missing nothing,
you're
Coffee.
not. You are not.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, Liberated said they got AirPods in, talking on the phone and everything. Yes, it's ridiculous.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous.
Even the poor white people be doing that dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Working at the
It
grocery store.
MIT, it says device not connected. So I don't know. Saying you have to connect your device. It's saying devices not connected. Yeah, now when I look back, because I was so excited last night, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, like, oh, I'm about to have me a daiquiri. And then I was like, no, I'm good. And ain't nothing
What made
wrong. Like the
what
Bible say,
what
don't be
made you what
drunk,
made you say
drunk,
no? You
right?
good, Mo?
Yeah.
What made you say
Yeah.
no that you was good? What made you back out?
I don't know. I just felt like I didn't need it. Like I'm okay. And then I look at my motives for drinking back in the day. It was to numb a lot of the traumas that I did not want to deal with. And I knew that if I would drink, it would numb those things temporarily, you know? And even though last night would have just been a celebration, I was just like, I'm okay. I don't have to have this, you know?
So did you make a
Yeah, I
decision?
know. I see you backstage, MIT, but it says your device isn't connected and it won't even, okay, it says they will need to connect their mic before you can add them to the stream.
Yeah, just go to your settings, brother, and change your setting.
Yeah.
Mo. So based
Mhm.
on that, did you make a decision or a mistake?
I made a decision. I just had water and a lemonade.
Right. See, that wasn't a mistake. you made the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
So it probably would have been a mistake if you actually got the drink with the alcohol and had a crazy reaction, but it's still a decision to say, okay.
Right. It's saying the same thing. MIT is not it's not allowing me to let you up. It's
He's on the
saying
computer.
device not connected. Are you on your laptop or oh he dropped?
Because sometimes StreamYard it'll disconnect, and you gotta allow StreamYard to connect to your microphone.
They talking about the customer service today. They stand there and watch you bag your own groceries, then have the nerve to hand it to you like they bagged them. So my thing, this is what annoys me. You see, I have these drinks. You don't double bag it. Why do I have to tell you to double bag certain things? It should be common sense. Same thing, MIT. You have to connect your microphone. I think that's the issue.
It's not
Mo,
common sense for labor.
I'm gonna dust my feet on your rug real quick. My bad, coach.
No, good.
Um, what was your initial topic, Mo? I know you had a scripture, but what was your initial topic?
Don't take time and God's purpose for granted. Jeremiah 29 and 11. For I know the thoughts that I have for you, plans of good and not for evil, plans to prosper you and give you an expected end. And I just talked about, hey Chipo, good to see you. I talked about how alignment plays a huge role in us walking in God's purpose. You know, some people wonder why they don't know what their purpose is because we're not aligned. Alignment and obedience are key factors. And sometimes we may want God's promises without being obedient to his direction. And then I talked about the importance of time. So many times we see ourselves getting older, but are we growing? You know, because time is something we can never get back.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah.
That's why I worry
Good to
about
see you,
y'all.
Chipo. I'm so proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Me
see
too.
Chipo working out every day.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So did you want to add anything to that? 84.
Sure, yo. Can't take time for granted, man. You got to be grateful, and you have to understand at the time that we have, we never know, what's gonna happen with that time, and we never know, um, where God would take us. You know what I mean? We know He's gonna take us somewhere. We just don't know where. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But we trust in His plans, and we trust that He's gonna bring us to where we need to be. So, um, yeah, you know what I mean? That you got to, experience another year with us. You know what I'm saying, Mo? Many more years to
Yes, I'm
come.
so grateful.
And God will definitely bless that. Now for this new year and this new Mo, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna bring to the new year, Mo? What you gonna bring to the fall? Oh, what you gonna bring?
I plan to continue to just grow, you know, follow God. I know that's probably you probably
Okay.
expected more.
Okay. Now, okay, Mo. Let's make it
We
simple. Let's
did.
do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do a quick Kendra G. Right? What are three things that
Oh
you
my
could
God.
work on for yourself? Three things that you can improve for yourself. I'll say it like that.
Guys, I'm
Wow.
going to drop. Mo, I'm going to drop.
All right.
I sent you a message, all right? Yo, y'all guys be good. 84,
Peace,
Coach.
Polo.
Everybody in the chat, y'all have a blessed night.
All
Peace,
right,
man.
you
Later,
too. Thank
Bolo.
you. So three things that I could work on.
They improve on. They ain't gonna say work on.
I
Improve
would say
on.
my patience. My patience when I'm frustrated. I get frustrated when things don't happen in the time frame that I think that they should.
Mm.
But I'm doing better, right? So I don't spend too much time in that frustration. So again, patience, uh, overthinking is huge. I think that that's something the Lord is still dealing with me with. And what
Hmm.
else? The need to respond
Hmm.
is huge for me because if I see something, I was like, oh no, but and I'm like, I don't have to respond to. Now I do suppress a lot of my responses, but sometimes I notice that I still will speak um out of turn, I guess.
Mo Thug.
But don't that exercise your patience though? When you, because that sort of exercises your patience when you sort of just don't and speak. You know, when you don't respond initially, that's still part of your patience. You know, it gives you a chance to reflect on it and think about it, so you can come up with a better response, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Coffee. So I do a yearly photo, which is my birthday, and then sometimes I do like a New Year photo. But I may be better about showing myself. I may actually cam up one day soon. I just don't know when.
Was that your
Then,
photo the other day that you posted?
for my birthday, yeah, that
Man,
was last night. We had
I'm gonna
just
find
left.
you. I'm gonna find you a husband here with all these other niggas. I'm gonna get you a man. I'm gonna find somebody. Give me an age range, 45 and over. I'm gonna go with 45 and over because the 40-year-olds they scared of you. I'm gonna get
I
these.
would say, yeah, 45 through
Hmm.
55.
Okay,
Uh,
Mo want the she want the old man. I see you, Mo.
no, she
That's
don't
not
want.
old.
Yeah, they know. Don't get it twisted. Watch your
Yeah,
mouth, man.
that's not old.
Mm-mm,
Mo want the AARP club.
mm-mm. Well, she
Why
can
you
get
hanging out
discount.
with older, seasoned
I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing
men?
with you. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, coach. I'm messing with y'all.
Hey, man, she get some. She
Oh
can get
man.
some. She can get some
Yes, Coffee, that's what
discounted
it
tickets.
is. He said at times, Mo, you were like, I gotta say something because I felt you were disrespectful. Yes. Liberated said Bolo been over there dozing and woke up out of a cold sleep like I ain't got time for y'all tonight.
Yo.
That is so funny.
So wait, Mo.
True
So when
Lee
you
said
in,
45 not old. Yeah, well,
it's
yes,
not.
me being 40 and if I my husband was like 55, I don't think that's bad because it ain't like 20 and 35. It's
Yeah, it ain't
40 and
bad.
55. That's different.
It ain't
Even
bad
that's
at
not
all.
bad though.
Irby, I get it. I'm not big on camming up.
Just don't find a man that wear sweat socks with sandals.
Oh
That is
wow.
country.
That's old.
Oh
Sweat
wow.
socks, sandals, little shorts, and a Hawaii shirt on. Nah,
Oh, Coffee made a good point. He said, old to me is when you look old. I see men 25 that look 52. Yes,
man, yes.
That's true.
that's true.
It's because they hard on their bodies. They do too much early. And that's what a
Hmm.
lot of young folk are doing early. They trying to escape the reality and they get off into doing things that sort of, takes away from their youthful appearance. They don't
Right.
groom
So,
themselves and value themselves. So,
so I know people normally have these huge celebrations, right? 40, 50, 25, 18, all of that, 60, 70. So I'm at a point in my life where it's like, God, I'm just so grateful to still be here. So
mhm.
I would have been okay with just staying in my bed watching Netflix. That's what I wanted to do yesterday.
Wow.
But everybody
Wow.
wanted to celebrate me. So it was like I was made to go out. Is that bad that I didn't want to go out?
No, because I don't want to go out most of the time either, Mo. I like
Yeah.
being
And
in my
when I'm
house.
out, it's like, I'm so
I'm
ready to
thinking about
go
going back home when I'm out.
home.
But Mo, you know what's the good thing about that though?
What?
It's your family that wanted to celebrate you.
And
See
my
that?
brother, men hold everything. They don't really speak out. When he did the prayer before, my mom was like, let's bless the food. And then my brother was like, I thank you for this wonderful human being that I love so much. Like, God, you are going to reward her so great. Like it's just you. Sometimes you don't know the light that people view you in. You know,
Yeah.
especially men. I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. But yeah, I'm grateful that they celebrated me. But again, it was a hassle. I was like, oh my God.
If it was left up to you, you'd
I
be
don't feel
home
like
watching
going
movies. I
nowhere.
get it. See,
Yeah.
that's why they didn't leave it up to you because they already know what you would have did. They know you. That's your family.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get her
That's
out the
true.
house and let's go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got 364 more days to sit around the house
Yeah, that's true.
and argue with people online.
I can't do a lot of that. Liberated said, I hate going out. It gets worse year by year. That fell out. Yeah, I get it. I'm such a homebody. And it's not like that's what I did in my 20s. We were
Mhm.
always hanging out somewhere. Me and my sister. Oh, let's go to this day party. Oh, they got a karaoke spot. Let's go sing. Oh, let's go. It was like almost every day of the week we were doing something. So I didn't miss out. It's just eventually it's like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
And my brother last night, he was like, they got this fire thing going on at this club tonight. I want you to go. And I was like, I just don't really party like that no more. And he was like, but you gotta go. Like you look so beautiful. Just go. I said, listen, that life is not for me anymore. And I said, I don't knock you. Go have fun. It's just not where I am in my life, you know?
I go to Houston. I'm hanging out with your brother. Yeah.
That is so funny.
Come on,
And I
bro.
could tell
Go.
yesterday, like, and he had been drinking because you know it's St. Patrick's Day or whatever. So he still go out. He was like, "You ready to turn up?" Just
Mm,
yelling. I said, "I'm so ready to get away from this person." But he was on 10. Like I could tell he had just had the time of his life.
mhm.
The whole ride there, I'm sober, I'm calm, and he is just on 10. And
Yeah.
I'm in the car, I'm like, this is just so ghetto to me.
But he
From
was
the
celebrating, you
songs
know?
to the but yeah, he was. He was. I appreciate it.
You his big
He was
sister or
like, "You
little
don't
sister?
have to drive." I'm a year older. He was
Oh
like,
yeah,
"You don't drive, I got
he-
you." And he just been
yeah.
so nice because he get on my nerves, but I
He,
love him.
he respects y'all. You know what I'm saying? He honors you, so that's a great thing.
Hmm
Salute to the damn big brothers, damn it. Salute to the big brothers.
But he is like the big brother in a sense. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. He'll fight
Yeah,
anybody for you and D.
because it's like, okay, my sister is the oldest, then me, then we are 14 months apart, I think. So he's always had like the big brother mindset because I'm the baby girl. And I have to remind him, sir.
14 months apart.
Yeah, Coffee said, I love going out, but I hate being seen. It's like, yo, that's that dude from YouTube. He talked bad about Asian people. Asian people hate me out here. Oh man.
That's why Coffee's a celebrity. He out there and he a
Mhm.
celebrity. Yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
do.
he really is. Liberated said, I make plans to go out with the fam and be mentally ready all day. Once that sun started going down,
Mm-hmm.
my
Word, it's time to
eyelids.
pack it up when the sun go down
Like
for real.
Mm-hmm.
even today, because there are so many birthdays in March. My son turned 18 last Friday. I turned
Oh,
40
damn.
yesterday. My
Oh,
sister's
congrats, Mama.
son's thank you.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's son's birthday party was today. So on the way home, I was like, I gotta take a nap.
Mm-hmm. That's what 40 do to you. Mm-hmm.
Yes. He said, my brother is like that too, but when I come by, he puts his drinks down and tell his friends to put their stuff away. They did not have to, but he respects me. Yeah, that's cool.
That's what's up.
It's coffee. He thought I was saying coffee, I think. But yeah.
Where did
Um,
y'all go for?
oh, we went to Papa Do's.
Yeah, Papa
Ooh,
Doc. Cool.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I didn't want. I'm like, look, we can just go here. It's not that crucial. I really don't want to go here, but
Yeah,
go
they
for it.
got Papados in Chicago.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the food was really good.
Somebody took me out there one time.
Did you like it?
You know, it was overrated. It was alright. I wasn't paying for it, so yeah, I liked it.
Oh, Coffee, happy early birthday. He said, my love, my birthday in 3 days. So, okay, the
Salute,
19th.
Happy
OC.
birthday, brother.
Oh, happy early
Yeah,
birthday.
salute, man.
Liberated said, I'm notorious for backing out at the last minute. Me too, but I've gotten better about saying I don't know versus
But that's the same
okay,
thing as
yeah, I'll
saying
be
no, right?
there.
Yeah.
It's like I say I say I'll let you know
I'll let
versus
you
me
know.
saying yeah, I'll be there
Oh
Yeah.
man.
because people get their hopes up. But I think that people have learned about me when I say I'll let you know. That's more than likely a no.
Mm.
I mean, by the time I get myself home and get my shoes off, is a different story.
Yeah, there's nothing like just being in the comfort of your own home.
Hey, when you sitting back and you watching like a TV series or something like that, and you really into it, like yo, that's like the best. Like
It's the
you don't
best.
want to go nowhere. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Unless you
I
watching something
agree.
like you watching something like Law and Order or something like that, man. Forget
Oh, I
about it.
used to love Law and Order.
Mm.
You know what show tripped me out? It came out like the beginning of C-19. It was on Netflix. With the doll. It was a lot of Asians in the movie.
Oh, you talking
Mm-hmm.
about Squid Game?
Squid, yes. Hmm.
Mm. How is that? Is that good? I never
It
watched it
was a
either.
good series.
Weird.
Did you see it, Coach Bird?
I ain't seen. I
It was
don't watch TV that much.
oh, okay. When I have time, I do.
Yeah. Can't
Yep.
wait till the weather change so I can start doing my little projects I've been planning on doing.
Summer, I'm so ready for fall and winter again.
Mm-mm.
Cause
Well,
it was 80 today. I was like, I can but what's so crazy about Texas, it was 82 earlier and now it is in the 30s.
mm-hmm.
Make it make sense?
What?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
desert weather. Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be cold tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. I hate that. I forget so much.
That's what 40 do to you. 40 had you forgetting stuff. You gotta get your notepad right.
But the thing is, I've been doing this before 40, Coach Fur.
I know, but with
That is
40
true.
Cup, it don't matter. It don't matter when you're 40. Everything changed.
Mo be a mid
Yeah,
sentence. She be like, man, I forgot.
I do, and that's why I be like, no, hold on, but I just did it on my sister's panel. I said, you know what? Because Rush was talking. I said, you know what?
Well,
I
it's a echo.
it
It's an
is.
echo. I think I
Um,
don't know who it's coming from, but it's an echo.
It
yeah,
might
I
be me.
hear
Go
it.
ahead, y'all.
Okay. But yeah, Liberated said, real talk, I'll order me some takeout food, come to the crib, find a movie, and have my tube socks on and do my happy thing.
Yeah, it's over. Once you get them shoes off, it's over.
Okay. That is so funny. Coffee said, Mo Love, stay tuned for my version of Anton Daniels. It is going to be funny, but a life lesson about marriages and relationships. It is called The Male Hall Pass. That sounds
Oh
very
shit.
interesting. When are you planning to do
Mhm.
it?
Yeah,
Coffee?
when you gonna do that? It'll be interesting to me.
Okay. It was 70. It was 70 earlier, now 35 out here in the Bay Area. Yeah.
But it
That's
do that
crazy.
in California and Texas. It get cold at night. Y'all like in the desert almost.
Man,
It
I'm
always
just
get
not
cold.
ready for summer. Sometimes it's 108, 109 degrees out here.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh.
And summer of 2023 was horrible. I
Man, I'm
mean,
ready
I
for
think we got up to like 112.
Mm. More
Yeah.
love. I'm
You
ready
play
for
as
my
well?
team. Shit, I don't care.
Okay, I am coffee. You ready for what?
I'm ready for my
Oh,
tan to
he's
kick in. I gotta get outside so I can give me some color on this shit. I'm pink as hell. Right? Well, I ain't pink. I'm just light skinned as hell.
you are pink.
I just said, no, I
For
ain't
two
pink. I'm just
days.
light skinned.
Okay. Coffee's gonna do his version
On Tuesday,
in 2 days. Do y'all think the Anton thing is gonna die down anytime soon?
no, I don't think so. I think it's gonna go at least. What's this? We're going on April, May, June, maybe June before the 4th. It might start, but something else has to happen though. Something big has
What
to
do you
happen.
mean? With this?
No, just within YouTube, somebody else go have to get called to the table. But everybody's starting to come through speaking to Anton, whatever he's done.
Mm.
But it's all part of to me, it's all part of the play.
But I don't know.
His
Could
wife
this
has even
turn like
admitted to it.
really ugly? You know?
But his wife is with it. Because she was asked the
Really?
question. She was like, how you think we got here? If you watch that Tasha K interview, she's like, how you think we got here? That's how they making that money, and he's bringing that money.
Coffee
So,
said nope. New stuff keep
yeah,
coming out.
yeah,
Liberated said nope. He gonna keep throwing bait out there so folks can keep it going. And I
yeah.
wonder if people realize that's what he's doing.
He's went over 1 million subs. He got over 1 million subs now just because of that. So hey, and
Yeah.
everybody that talks about him, they subs go up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not gonna stop it. And it's crazy because people are bringing up old videos, and you see a lot of content creators that were on there just sitting on the panel like they doing now, not saying nothing while he was talking about black folk. And now they
Mm.
want to get it's just weird energy to me. Like,
What? Just all the drama?
no, the fact that we was cool with it before it was me. We were cool with what he was saying because he's
What do you
always been
mean?
pretty.
Be more specific.
Well, if you it's they got plenty of videos where people who were rocking with what he was doing and saying when it came to black people are now they jumped ship and they fighting against it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, videos come out every day. Somebody doing a new live on an old video, but then I'm like, man, I ain't know they was in it. They was watching it. They was listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Coffee said the wife is questionable and Mika. And Mika keep playing games, but I'm gonna make her cry. Uh-oh.
mm,
Yeah, I haven't heard much about Mika lately. Liberated said, thank you, Mo, for talking about other things than the trending topics. It's a breath of fresh air. Yes, you are more than welcome.
mm,
Because just seeing it all the time, it can be draining, you know?
I would like to see when the I guess the growth of these typical conversations over the last couple of years when we make the transition because now it's about us. Why you don't want to submit to me? I ain't submit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Ain't no more family. I would like to see when people make that transition because it's a one thing to talk about it, when we're 20 and 30, but then if we still having those issues going into our 40s and 50s, which I think, Mo Love, like I say, y'all my favorite generation. I
Mhm.
think y'all in the most peculiar situation because for some reason, y'all ain't finding each other.
Mm.
You're not finding each other to sort of, I guess, navigate life together. Everybody's like, I'm going my own way. And it's like,
That's the unfortunate thing. Hey Randy, good to see you. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sad. It's sad.
I think it's based on fact of I don't think that people go in their own way. I just think that because of technology and because now, like before, when you have people of color, like we kind of literally only really have one experience, right? But now with technology and with the way we travel now and all that, you can meet a brother that look like you, coach, and he could be from like Nigeria, right? And you thinking that he's from here, but he ain't. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
and we have so many different experiences. We have so many different cultures, so many different things that when you meet people of color, there's so many differences within us that, and of course, we already have our own dysfunction already. So now, you know what I mean, with everything being more open, you know what I mean, it should bring us together, but it's hard to unify people that's really, it's hard to unify people who are already really disunified in a lot of ways,
Mm-hmm.
whether
And
it's
you
belief
know what?
systems, whether it's how they live, whether it's language,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You know what I mean? Culture versus race, whatever. So there's a lot of different elements that can cause a separation, and plus, I think a lot of people are allowing the internet to make them fearful of just having regular
That's true.
relationships, just a
I
regular
talked about that
friendship,
earlier.
a regular romance. My bad, Mo. I ain't trying to cut you off. Um,
No, you're good.
and just a regular connection with somebody. You know what I mean? I could meet
Mm-hmm.
Mo
But
and
it's my
I could
point.
meet her in the mall, but because I seen her on YouTube, I'm like, nah, I ain't getting to know her. She on YouTube, I'm good,
Mm-hmm.
right? But she might be the person that I've been looking for this whole time. But
But
just
Right.
because she on YouTube, I'm good. I had one of my friends go through that. It was like, yo, somebody looked at my channel. It was like, yo, I want to get to know you no more.
Yeah. And I think people have also allowed social media to speak for them pertaining to
mhm.
relationships, and they don't get out there and experience them in real life. And another issue with the gender war thing is people try to make their personal experience everyone else's.
Yeah,
And that's where I get frustrated. I refuse to believe that every man in the world was horrible. I'm sorry.
that's not true. But see, that's
Yeah.
goes back to those stereotypes. That one hand we'll say, "Oh, the white man," then the other hand it'll be like us. We got to choose a side. We got to choose a struggle because that's why I
Right.
say we. we and again, we when you, I guess you can relate it to almost 35 and over, right? We all say we mature. We all say we want to build and we want to do this. But what I'm saying, as far as trying to build a family and a relationship, people are acting like it's the worst thing that could happen to them in the world when they
That's
haven't
what's
even
so.
been through the experience. You haven't even been through it. How can you say? Because, like I think you said it, people are looking either what somebody else is doing and applying it to themselves. Like, oh, if they got a bad man, all bad a man. If they got a bad woman, all bad a man. All women are bad. And some people have just now come into the age where they finding themselves. YouTube is
Mhm.
allowing people to find themselves, whether good or bad. They're finding
Right,
themselves. And a new dude to some coochie and some money ain't going backwards. A
right.
woman with some new money, she ain't going backwards to being second.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
get that new
that's
money,
true.
they're a whole different person. And they only doing it for other people. I
Right,
want people to see me with this. I gotta get this because this, but all in the end, you
right.
going home and you by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
everybody,
true.
ain't nobody perfect. And to think that I could find a perfect woman would have been stupid as hell.
And
And
it
vice
seems
versa.
like that's what people are expecting today, and that's so twisted. Coffee says, "See, these people do the popular title saying the same thing, but I put a twist that is unpopular to
What's
it
the
and
top?
turn them into characters for a learning lesson." The topic
What's the topic?
is so it was a birthday stream, but I tied it into Jeremiah 29:11. For I know
It's your
the thoughts that
birthday.
I have
It's your birthday.
for you, plans to prosper you, plans for good and not for evil, to give you an expected end. And the title was "Don't Take Time and God's Purpose for Granted."
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Hi, Folio. Good to see you. Did you want to add to that? And I talked
Who
about
me?
how, yeah,
Um. Happy
time is
birthday,
something we
Mo.
have to cherish. Thank
Welcome
you.
to
I
the
appreciate it.
welcome to the 40 Club.
Yes.
Coach Fur, I ain't see you in a minute.
What's up, brothers? Cause you incognito, man. You be moving
I,
out here in the world, man.
no, I be working. I don't be moving. I be
Hi,
Yeah,
working.
Bridget. Thank you so
working and
much.
moving.
I be working. I be
Thank you,
Salute
working.
Irving.
to you, bro.
Yeah, but
Yes,
happy
so how have
birthday,
you
Mo.
been, MIT? Thank you.
Um, you're a very beautiful person inside. We haven't seen your face, but if you look anything like your sister, y'all are beautiful. You guys are beautiful inside and outside. You guys are very respectful. You guys are a vibe. And I hope one day I get to have lunch with you guys. You guys are very beautiful.
Thank you, MIT. I appreciate you
I'll
so
be in
much.
Dallas because I'm buying Giants tickets again. So I'll be in Dallas. I told your sister I'll be in Dallas this 20 what we in 2026? Yeah. I've been in Dallas
2026.
2026,
Mhm.
26, 27 when the Giants as long as they don't play on a holiday, I'll be in Dallas. I definitely gonna be in Dallas because I got a
Okay,
cousin
hold
there.
on. Wait. So please do not mess this up. Team Giants or Cowboys?
Team Giants. I just
Oh my
like Dallas.
gosh.
I've been to Dallas 3 times over the years because I like that stadium and I like going to Dallas.
Yeah, the
So
stadium is very
and then
nice.
And then I found out I got a cousin there. So now he
Okay.
always asking me, come to Dallas, come to Dallas. When you coming back? I was gonna come last year, but they played on fucking Thanksgiving. I'm not paying
Mm,
$2,000 for no flight tickets, not to go to
2000?
Dallas. Not to go to Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. Not to go to Dallas. Now it was Africa, Philippines, China, something like that. Yeah, but not to go to Dallas. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I'm definitely coming coming to see coming to Dallas and you know this time
Yeah,
I'm
but Giants,
yeah,
boo.
I'm coming. I'm definitely I'm a Giants fan. I'm definitely a Giants.
No. Coffee said
Don't
Mr.
boo
Bless
don't boo
made
my
a good.
Giants. Don't boo my Giants, Mo. We about to
Yeah,
win.
Oh,
thank you, thank
please.
you, thank
Oh,
you, thank
please.
you. We got Harbaugh now. Thank you,
Nope.
thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
So,
thank you.
Coffee said Mr. Bless made a good point up there. The problem is what we've been looking for may have been there all the time, but we are too busy looking for perfect or fear mongering out of
I
relationship.
believe,
Oh, that's
yeah,
true.
Mm.
I believe that. I think this whole relationship bullshit, black man, black woman.
MIT, I don't cuss like that on my
Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry,
channel.
baby.
You
I'm sorry.
okay? Go
I'm
ahead.
I'm sorry. I don't. I normally don't act like this. I don't act like.
It's okay.
Well,
People, you're not the only person, rules are different for every
I know.
channel.
No. 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 I apologize. Coach
Thank
Fur,
you.
you were supposed to check me, man. You're supposed to say, man, what you doing?
and you might
So
not
yeah.
like it. I let Mo handle it because she was gonna be a
Okay.
little easy on you. I thought you shut the
Okay.
hell up, but
So yes, I think with this whole new dating, with social media and all this other foolishness, I think people are looking for perfect.
Do you think I think it's so much
Yeah,
deeper than that though.
yeah,
I think
People
it's
are
and people looking.
traumatized and they have not dealt with their past issues and you get into these relationships and they start to use the person as their core being for
But they looking
healing.
for
And
they looking for perfect.
now they're
I
looking
think
for
So
it's
people to
they
deeper
hit.
than
got
that though.
Yeah, people are looking for people to fix them. A lot of, like Mo said, a lot of people are coming to things
Mm,
broken, and they looking
mhm.
for people to fix them. And it's not even a part about the emotional capacity of a person, because a lot of people believe money can fix their problems
no, it
instead of.
can't.
But you can't tell me that if I got plenty of money and I
It
ain't never
enhan-
had it,
it enhances, but it doesn't fix it. It
but,
enhances
but it really don't.
like
It don't enhance it. Not your
it,
problem.
it enhances. It doesn't fix.
Your problems are
Fixes.
already there. It just
Yeah, but it what I mean by that, if you didn't have money, you couldn't get a big like if you had money, I could get a bigger house. I can buy better clothes. I can feel better, but I didn't fix my problem. You see what I'm saying? Money does fix problem,
not
but
outside of you. It
but it
don't fix a
doesn't.
problem outside
No,
of you,
it
though.
is no, 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 no. It enhances your issue. Like it enhances you as an individual,
It
but it
helps.
doesn't fix your problem.
Right.
You're
I
right. You
agree.
got it. Yeah, it doesn't
Mhm.
fix your problem. You got to get counseling from that. Like
Yes.
you can always, if you got money, you can buy a bigger house, you can buy a better car, you can buy better clothes. You can enhance yourself, give yourself swag, but deep down inside, you're not fixed.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to fixing, it will take for some people religion, prayer,
Mm-mm.
counseling.
Mhm.
Uh, that's how you fix that.
Mhm.
That's how you fix that.
So I did want to say thank you so much, Bridget. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $20 super chat. She said, "Enjoy your day. I gotta go to bed now." Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am. I get it. Thank you so much for the support.
That's what's up. Keep it up. I thank God from above that you show more love. That you show more love. Cash flowing, spirit going, the support. Keep it going.
I like all of that. Who
Thank
did
you so
all that?
much, Bridget.
Hey,
Oh, I did.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
learning to edit a little bit here
okay,
and there.
okay.
so to
Okay.
speak to what y'all speaking to, right?
Who is
Mhm.
that?
Um,
Thank
Who
you,
is that?
Julio. I
Mr. Bless.
appreciate it. That's
I think
84.
I think
Why
all y'all
does a
got a point.
female?
Oh, that's my co-founder. She's no longer with us. You know, in the body
Okay,
form. She's with us in
okay,
spirit.
go ahead.
Um, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. So I would say yes, we all got different like hangups and things of that nature, and we do look for people to try to fix us. So I agree with everything y'all saying. I also think that everybody has different like standards and different preferences, right? You know what I mean? So I may prefer a woman that I may like all shades of color of women, right? But not
Mhm.
every brother like that. Some brothers just like dark skinned women. Some brothers just like light skinned women. Some brothers just like women in between. Some brothers don't want the women to wear bonnets. Like it's an array of things, and some women don't like certain things. Some women don't like short men. Some women don't like big brothers. Some women don't like two brothers that's too tall or whatever else. Like everybody has their own preferences and standards. And then when you add
Mhm.
religion and spirituality into it, that's a whole nother umbrella. You feel me? So yeah.
Right. Hey, Wall Street. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, there are just so many dynamics as to why people are single, as to why they don't believe in marriage. It's just all sad. That's my opinion. You know.
Yeah, but it goes back to what you said earlier, Mo. People may not even have any type of experience in any of those things, and they go by what other people may have done in their
Yep,
relationships
I agree,
Mhm.
Coach Trill.
instead
Yep.
of, you know what I'm saying? Because we, I can't move like I did at 25. At 25, I believed that I could get all the girls. At
Mhm.
55, I just want one girl. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's people are scaring themselves out of opportunities because they listening to peers. Peer pressure is still relevant today, and I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Well,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah. So
I really believe social media, and I know that that's not
It plays
every.
into it plays
It
into
just brainwashed so many people.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
because nobody listened to me before social media, I didn't have a voice.
Hmm.
I'm not saying me, but that's how people can look at it. When they was in their normal, regular life outside of social media,
They were
nobody
nobody.
listened to me. Now,
Mm,
social media,
point.
people are listening to me because also I it used to be where I could go to the barber shop and I could talk to men who look like me, dressed like me, grew up like me. Now the internet, you got people coast to coast. We
Mm-hmm.
all in different states in real time. And I can find a group of men right now who hate the hell out of women. And I can spend 3 hours talking about how much I hate women to them. And nobody's gonna fight me. They all gonna agree. And for the women too. They can find now they got these channels called Decanter Man. That's
Mm-hmm.
women who are making a conscious see Mo, that's back to that thing, making a conscious decision to say we don't want men in our lives. But as soon as they catch a flat tire, they calling what's that? They calling who's that? They calling my man six what's that? Uh they calling my man six, who's that? I came in
651.
peace. I came in peace and Mr. Blessed in the world. They calling them to come fix it.
Mm-hmm.
To get them out of they calling daddy to help them pay their rent.
Man.
Well, sometimes, coach,
Ready
they
said,
calling them
wait,
for more
what?
than that, coach. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Mo.
he
Go
can
ahead.
come through. No, you right. He can come through at 11:30, 12 o'clock when the kids are asleep
Mm-hmm.
and put her to sleep and be gone after you steal a juicy juice from the refrigerator.
I mean, well,
But
yeah.
then you can't.
Is MIT sleep?
No,
Oh, I thought you were asleep.
no.
But yeah, it's just
It's
the
I mean,
same
I've been
dating conversation. And then to hear so many men defend like,
I can
certain
never hate women. I listen.
beating women.
Never.
I grew up in a single parent household. My son mother is a hole.
Wow.
I still give up money when I don't have to. My lawyer said, but I'm gonna give up money anyway.
Wow.
Um,
Hold on. When did you have a baby?
I got 2 kids, man. I pulled some
Hold
ghetto
on,
shit.
MIT. Just last year you were single, kid
I know.
free.
I am single.
Hold on. You done had 2 kids since
Okay.
last year, bro?
Hmm.
Man, you was out
Wow.
here wilding, man.
How
Nah.
old are they?
My son is 9 months. My daughter is 6 months.
Wow.
Come on, man. Let's
Yeah,
be real.
I waited 45 years for this.
Nah,
You
man.
And
know
You
what
you're
they
not
call?
with neither? Like, do you
No,
think that it
no,
could
no, no,
work
no.
or
bro, you
And
was
listen.
wilding.
You know what they call me at? Do you know what they call me at work now?
what?
Baby daddy.
Yes. You was wilding, man.
I
You was wilding.
I'm sorry.
Coach Fur. You
I
know
just
what?
didn't
You was
expect
I
it.
was feeling.
wilding.
Coach Fur. You know what? I was feeling myself. I
I
was
know
feeling
you was
myself.
wilding.
I was feeling myself. I was feeling myself.
Yeah. I mean,
I was planning on retiring in 8 years and travel the world. That
You
shit got
count
the
for
whole
that. Yeah, you
get.
count for that.
Listen, man.
Lord, Caleb,
You
Listen,
going to
man.
67 now, bro. 67,
Listen.
here you
No,
come,
no,
bro.
no. I ain't going to 67.
Oh, yes,
Nah.
you are.
No, 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 no. I'm going
Mm.
to instead of doing 10 more years, I do another 5 or 10. I
Man,
can.
so do you see the your babies? Do you see them
Yeah,
all?
I have my daughter all the time. Not
Oh,
so much
that's
my
good.
son. Not so much my son because
Is he the
man,
youngest?
he the oldest.
Okay.
Me and her kind of beefing a little bit, you know, like going through court battles and stuff like
but
that.
you know why? Do you know why y'all beefing?
I know why.
Make an assumption why y'all beefing?
Why?
One, y'all didn't really know each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Two,
Yeah.
two, you broke her heart.
No, I
Mm,
ain't break her heart.
but how do
Mm-mm.
Yes,
you know that?
you broke her
Mm-mm.
heart, bro.
Mm-mm.
But
Nah,
both parties are responsible. So y'all didn't really
no.
know each other?
I knew her for like 2 years.
Oh,
See, I don't
okay.
sleep. I don't sleep around like that. So typically, if
Mhm.
I'm hunting somebody, I keep them at bay. Like I keep them at bay. I
People
don't be
man,
like,
beg.
yeah, like I pay bills. I'm one of them dudes that pay bills. I call you. I'm gonna pay a bill like
So
a big bill.
why wouldn't you wife her?
My son, mom, no, absolutely not. She's an asshole and she nasty. She's a
How
lawyer.
can,
Mhm.
how can
She's an
you?
asshole and she's nasty. I didn't know. I did not know her. Like Coach first said, I didn't. After my son was born, I didn't know she was like this.
Okay.
My daughter, mom, she's a sweetheart. I'm paying for her. I'm paying for her. She finishing up her bachelor's. She finna become an
Oh,
going,
good.
she
Congratulations.
going to nursing school. I'm paying for that. I told her, I put my daughter in putting my daughter in daycare. I'm gonna pay for
Mhm.
you to go to school and your schooling. So make good grades, take care of my daughter, we good. So
Hold up, brother. Did you get that written on paper?
no, I ain't run about that,
You
All right,
say
man.
you're
Lamont.
paying for her to go to school, the
She
mother?
going to
All
school,
right,
yeah.
brother.
Pay for her classes,
I think
and
that
I'm
is so
paying for,
nice.
and I'm giving her
If you,
money to take care of my daughter. I
bro,
ain't got listen, ain't no
listen,
bruh.
bro. Okay, okay,
Yeah, I ain't nah.
okay. I don't work with 15 people like you.
I ain't stressing about that shit.
I
She'll be
know, but
yeah.
but here's the thing. But here's the thing, though, because you want to say you were
My,
retired. Here's the
my
thing,
daughter
brother.
is not going to daycare.
You're not understanding what I'm ready to say.
No,
It's
what
not
you're
about the
gonna say
daycare.
is
I'm
she
not.
can
Nope,
come.
nope.
She can come back and say he ain't do nothing. I'm not worrying about that, bro. I'm not worrying about.
Listen,
I'm
okay.
not worrying
Hey,
about. I'm not
I'm
worrying
not
about.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Hey,
worrying about.
hey, brother. If you got it figured out,
I gotta figure it out,
and guess what?
man.
And
For
guess
right
what
now,
you
I gotta
can't do.
figure it out.
Here's what
Listen,
you
I
can't
gotta
do
worry
in
about
between that
I,
time.
what.
You can't get you another woman.
I'm not trying to get, bruh. I got too
Well,
much shit going around.
hold up. What's up, man?
I ain't finna jump in no relationship.
You no, listen. But,
No,
but
I ain't even
listen.
thinking about no coochie. I need to sit
No, it ain't about the coochie.
her.
So
I need
so
to
you're making so you're
her. I
making
need
that
to sit my
decision.
ass down.
Oh, okay. So
I need to
you
sit
should have
my
thought
ass
about
down.
listen. You was already sat down, but you wanted
I
to get
no
up
one
and
was
shake
not
your
sitting
tail
down.
feather.
I was in the streets. I was
But you
feeling
want
myself, Coach Fur. I'm telling you I'm telling you this because I'm gonna look at you as a father. I was feeling myself. I'm making money. I'm feeling myself.
yes.
I was making more money than I ever made before. I was in the streets, Coach Fur. I needed this shit to humble me. This shit
And we
humbled
talked
me.
about that.
I'm
Mm.
sitting my ass down, Coach Fur. My ass is down. All I do is work, bring my ass home, work out, and now I'm taking classes now to finish up my master. That's it, bro. This is the
Mhm.
first day this is the first night I actually had off. I had off since the beginning of the year. No, I had like 3 other days off. Since 3 days off since the beginning of the year. Bro, I ain't even thinking about trying to get no man. I'm sitting my ass down, bro.
Mhm.
You
Don't put
couldn't
my
know
kids don't put my babies in daycare. Cause I don't trust these folks. You got these young
what?
stupid kids breaking kids' legs. Motherfucker,
Hold
we
on,
got
MIT, the language,
oh
remember?
sorry. I'm watching the news. Daycare workers slapping a 3-month-old. Man, nah,
Yeah,
man.
crazy.
Man, listen, man, ain't no stress. I ain't man, listen. She can go ahead and put me on child support. She gonna lose money. I told her that she gonna lose money. Go on ahead. Cause I'm paying for your school and I don't have to do that.
Mhm.
Go ahead and do that. I told my son, Mom, go ahead and put me on I dare you, lawyer. I dare you. And I'm filing
Bro,
joint custody. I dare
bro,
you.
bro. First of all, let me say this. And this is not to you, to any man that has a small baby. Apply and
Babies.
file for joint custody now.
You can't,
Now.
it's not that easy.
But if but a lot of brothers, they may have, if you have access to your child, have that discussion to do
I
that.
tried to do that with my son,
Right.
Mom.
And
She
see how
hot.
they do it.
She can't get served. She hot.
Well,
Now
Mhm.
my daughter, Mom, I can do that, but I'm not doing that shit. I need her to focus on school and take care of my
Mhm.
daughter, man. I ain't trying to stress them out. Take care of my fucking sorry, my love. Take care of my
Mhm.
kids, man. Take care of my kid. This is some ghetto. I'm in some ghetto. This is ghetto. I'm not
I
built for this. I'm
hold
not built
on.
for this, Coach.
Yeah, brother, you can't
I'm
come
not
crying
built
now.
for this.
No, no, I ain't gonna let you get off crying now
I'm not
because
crying. I'm not
yes,
built for
yes,
this.
yes, yes, but you can't
I'm
say
not
you're
built
not.
for this.
Hold up. But listen to what you're saying. After the fact, now you're not built for it. After the fact, when you know it was going to be stress on you in the moment.
Coach Fur, I'm telling you as a man, I was feeling myself. I'm
You
making
was
money.
thinking with your little head and
I
not your
laid
business.
my listen. You know what my mom said? I laid my bed. I made my bed. I got to lay in it. I'm taking responsibility.
That's
That's
life.
it.
Mhm.
That's life. I'm dealing with it. Just make sure my babies are good. When I come see my babies, just make sure and both of them, I can say my babies, when I see them, they healthy, they growing. Man, I ain't finna stress them good women out, man. And they know about each other. I ain't finna stress
Oh,
them
they
out.
do.
Yeah,
Okay.
I ain't hiding shit. And I listened to what men that been through this, they said, Tim, don't sleep with them. I said, all right,
Mhm.
don't sleep with them. And I haven't been sleeping with them.
No, you
They
can't sleep
said
with
keep it. They said keep it professional. This for men that been dealing with it, like older men, like 50s and they 60 Fur type of guy that they're like they get. I took advice from them. I'm listening now
Mhm.
because I was feeling myself. I'm listening, and I haven't done that. I've been at peace. I ain't Coach Fur. I ain't trying to get in no relationship.
no,
How can I get
okay.
in a relationship
No,
with an 8-month-old and shit?
no.
I'm a pookie. I'm a
No.
borderline pookie.
Hey, listen, it's not about the relationship, right? Because you seem like a man that wants to acquire things in life as he improves,
I
right?
do. Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
Okay. So here's the thing
Ghetto.
now. But again,
Ghetto.
this is where things get murky because as you advance and you get that new 2029 and you pull up, bumping your
Nah,
sounds and
I don't need no more payments.
what,
You
but
gotta understand, I'm 45. I'm not 25.
okay, this is where
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to.
yeah, yeah. Listen, the last truck I had for 15 years. The new truck I got, I'm gonna ride that to the I'm 45. I'm not a jit. I ain't trying to accommodate more bills. Like everything paid for. The reason why I can do this, everything get paid for. I paid for everything. I'm somewhat. I would say my friends say I'm the responsible one. I don't think I'm responsible. Because the foolishness I just did. This is very irresponsible. But
Mhm.
again, I made my bed. I got to lay in. I'm taking responsibility. I'm not crying about it. I got to deal with it. And all the OGs were like, man, you know what? I'm surprised, Tim, because you the one that I tell my son to look up to you. And I'm like, yeah, I made my bed. I got to take responsibility. I'm not crying about it. I'm working. Now I'm trying to get my master now because I got jits. I got 2 more other jits. I was going to retire in 10 years, Coach Furr, and I was going to travel the world. I was going to
Mhm.
really travel the world. I've been traveling the world now. I was going to really travel the world. But now I got to put it on hold and I got to take responsibility. I'm not crying. I got to deal with this. It is
But
what it
why,
is.
but why come you can't still travel the world? You can take your babies with you as they get
Well,
older. When they get old enough,
no, I'm not taking my kids with me. I'm going to African.
yeah.
I'm actually going to Africa in September. I'm going to South Africa and Ghana. I'm still taking my trip.
Okay.
But I was going to be gone like for 6-7 months out of the year, when I retire. I was looking at retirement, man. I was going to be, you don't understand, but I was looking at,
Yeah,
well,
you was
listen.
looking with it. You was looking
So
at it.
what are your plans now since
I'm gonna do is I have 10 more years, but I have to do another. I'm gonna do another 5 because I want to finish up my masters, and then
Mhm.
I want to get into coaching, and I want to get back into the school board. So by that time they'll be like 10, 12. I want to get.
Okay.
I want to be around them while they coaching, and I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna add like 5 more years before I retire. So that
Mhm.
way I can like I don't want to teach full time, but I'll probably like do security at the school or do substitute. Like I don't want to teach full time. I just want to be around them because it's critical when they teenagers,
It
especially for
is.
the boy, especially for the boys. They need that man. Because I didn't grow up without a father, so definitely for
You
my
said you
son,
did or you did not?
I did not. I
Okay.
never met my father.
So you
I
grew up
found out.
without a father.
Yeah, I found out who my father was through DNA ancestry. That's how I found out who my
Got it.
biological father was. So it is very important to me that when the kids are teenagers, I'm there. Right now, they still nursing. They on the titty, they on the breast. So I don't want to stress the
Brother,
moms out
huh?
because that can stop them from breastfeeding and stuff like that.
But these are the
So
most important times of a baby.
Mhm.
nah, my daughter.
Man,
All she want to do is be on the breast. She know who I am because she say dada.
brother,
We
I
said
can
that.
send you so much. I can send you so much information, man. These next 2.5 to 3 years are the most important times of
It,
a
it,
baby.
it's not now because
Mhm.
listen. If my daughter if my daughter mom, I don't say baby mom, my daughter mom and my son mom, and it's me, they're gonna go to their mom because they want that breast milk. It's critical right now.
Are they
Oh
breastfeeding? Are they both
yeah.
breastfeeding?
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but outside of that, they ain't gonna breastfeed forever.
No, that's what I'm saying. The most critical time is when
It's
they 10,
0 to
11,
3.
12, 13.
No, it's
I
not.
want to be retired. That's what I'm saying. I want to be, I want to, my plan is to quit working by that time. So it's critical for them to actually see me, like, going to the sports game, giving them tutor. They need tutoring. Listen, Coach Fur, I'm going to give my kids every opportunity for them that I didn't have. If they mental health, tutoring, the stuff I did not have, I'm gonna give it to them because they already in a broken home. I already
Mhm.
failed them. So I have to make it up.
So, what do you think is
I
the
have to
most
make it
important?
up.
Okay, so what do you think is the most? And this, I'm not. I'm just. I'm using you.
No, we talking, we talking, we
Listen,
talking, we talking.
I'm talking to you, but I don't want to put it on you, right? But
No,
what do
no,
you
no. It is what, bro.
listen?
Coach
But
Fur,
what do you think the
listen, I done
most
talked to the
important thing
OGs.
is?
The OGs are disappointed in me because they used to send their sons to me and they be like, yo,
So,
Mr. Tim, that's who I want you to be like.
so again, what do you think the most important thing the children would need between now and the age that you said, 9, 10 years old? What do you think the most important thing that
So,
they?
so for 9 to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
No, from now, these couple of months they're old, 8 months, 6 months, I
Well,
think.
again, from now, like my daughter, all she wanted to be on the booby. My son, all they do is want to be on the booby. They
Okay,
say daddy, they recognize my face,
they gonna start
but
walking. They gonna start
yeah,
walking.
I get that. The
They gonna
most
start.
important, I get all that.
What do you think the most
When they
important?
become, when they become, listen, when I realized I did not have a father was when I was in the third grade. We
And
did
how did you start? Hold up.
hold on,
How
I'm
did you
gonna
start
explain it to
acting?
you.
How did you start
Hold on.
acting? Okay.
No, nah, I wasn't no knucklehead. My mom ain't play that shit. I got my ass whooped. Excuse me, Coach Miss Mo Love. My
Mhm.
mom ain't play that. I wasn't no
Mhm.
knucklehead. I wasn't no juvenile. I was always a dude. I was scared of my mom. I was no
Mhm.
knucklehead. I wasn't. You're not gonna hear no horror stories over here. Like I was molested or touched or beat up. Nah, Miss Gloria did not play that.
So,
We had it. We had to get good grades. We had to go to school every day. We had. I grew up in a functional household. I just didn't know who my
brother,
biological father.
the, you grew up in that, right?
Yeah, I grew up.
Can you guarantee that your children's
I
mothers?
can't guarantee nothing, Coach
Okay,
Fur. The only
okay,
thing I told you, the only thing I can do is give them the opportunities that I didn't have. I'm going to give them every opportunity that I did not have. They already in a bad position because they're in a broken home. So I have to make it up. All I can do is give them every opportunity that I did not have. And I have the finances to do it. Mental health, I mental health. Counseling, I give them. My daughter right now is in swimming. I don't even know
Mhm.
how to.
but bro, it's not about it's not about things that you can buy. Is what I'm
I
trying to
didn't,
get you to
saying
understand.
that. When you're not listening, Coach Fur. I'm giving them every opportunity I did not have.
But again, you spoke on things that you're gonna buy. You put them in tutoring.
No,
Which is
no,
that?
no, no. The things I did not have is the things I'm naming. I did not have a tutor. I did not know how to, I did not have a swimming lesson. I could not come to my mom and say I need counseling. She didn't believe it.
But
I did.
what is the most important thing that you can give them between now and age 8, 9, 10?
The most important thing, Coach Fur, is for me is to be the best father that I can be.
How? What does that look like? Is what I'm trying to get you to explain.
In
Being the
their
best.
life, to be in a life, Coach Fur.
Yes.
I grew up without a father. To be
But
in a life, to give them every opportunity, mentally talk to them, to be there, to be a face, so they can see somebody, a grown man, and say, "Hey, that's my father." I could not do that. I was still successful, but I could not do that.
I'm trying to get you to see it's not nothing to do with money.
You know what I'm doing on you know what I did on Valentine's Day? I went to they doing a father's daughter. I did that. Like things like that. Little that didn't cost no money.
But what I'm saying, don't you have small children or older children?
Small.
Right. So you're 6 months old. Don't you have what's your baby's age? 6 months and what, 8 months?
6 months, 8 months, yeah. 9
So
months.
your baby is going swimming at 6 months?
Yeah, they say start early, so I'm starting her early.
So just on what you said, you know what I did to my baby at 6 months? I took him to the pool myself.
I can't swim. I don't want to take him to the pool.
But again, listen, brother, listen. This is what I'm saying. This is where it comes in at,
no,
right?
they don't already swim. She don't already swim. But
you can't swim, but you can walk in 3 feet of water, I'm sure, right?
But I'm not trained for that. I'm not putting myself in that.
But again, the love and the confidence that will be instilled with the presence of daddy teaching, mama.
Bro, I have my daughter Friday and Saturday the whole day. I'm not putting I don't know how to swim. You got to understand that if I don't know how to do something,
brother,
I have learned,
it would be a good time.
I don't know how to do something, or if I don't know something, Coach Fur, I'm not going to put myself in that position to fail.
Brother, it's a good time. It's a good time for you to learn how to swim.
I don't go in the water like that.
Brother, listen. I understand that. It's a good time for you to learn how to swim. Is all I'm saying. You can say what you don't do, but again,
that's the fair statement. That's
it's a good time for you to learn how to swim, because if your baby see you swimming, guess what your baby gonna do 10 times faster? Know how to swim.
The person that training her is a world-class swimmer. The person that
tell them to train you too.
I tried to learn how to swim. I broke the person's nose.
That's because you panicked.
Exactly, I panicked.
So go in 3 feet of water.
I was 22. I was 22. I was trying to get on the police force. And you got to know how to swim in Florida to get on the police force. I broke the damn lady nose, man. I'm like, yo, I'm too old for these.
25 years ago. What I'm saying today.
It was like not.
You ain't 22 now.
Damn, I'm getting old. That was like
Thank
20.
You, JD. I appreciate it.
I don't think I'm saying, brother. Go to 3 feet of water. Listen, and it's not about the amount of water. You can do it in your damn bathtub.
Man, I'm not finna drink.
Okay, hold on. Ferg said, tell him to teach you too, dog. Mo, drop Ferg.
Don't drop Ferg. Why y'all dropping Ferg?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop Coach Ferg for 5 seconds. No, I'm playing. It's a joke. I was listening to the great.
It's okay, man.
It's a joke. He just really wants you to learn, MIT.
It ain't that deep, because I'm old enough not to go to. But do you know why? I should say this. The reason why my mom didn't teach us how to swim, because my sister drowned and they had to bring her back to life. So she didn't bring us. She never taught us. She didn't never teach us. So none of my two of my siblings know how to swim. The other 4 don't. We just don't learn. Now my nephew, my sister's son, that boy swim like That boy in the lake like this in Georgia. Bum, bum, bum. He like, Uncle Timmy, look, bum, bum. That boy going on the water. I'm like, yo, I'm just looking at him. So again, I'm doing is teaching my kids the things I did not have. If they mess this up, they mess this up. Listen,
But how they go?
I failed them because I was not married. I take
How can you
responsibility
say? Hold on.
for it.
How can you say you failed them when you haven't even given yourself or
The
them a
reason why
chance?
okay,
I think
great
he's
question.
saying pertaining to order, like he said,
Thank
marriage
you.
because he's
Yeah.
not
Well,
married.
yeah,
So,
but it's not failing them; it's failing himself, not the
no.
kid.
Okay. Hear me out, Coach Ferd. The reason why I say I failed them, I did not put them in a situation where they have two parents in the household. I know better because I had my kids at age 44. I knew better.
Right.
So I say I failed them. I put them in a bad situation where they're in a single parent household. When I grew up in the single parent household and all my siblings was married, well, except two, except two, that they was in a single parent household. I failed them. So I have to make up for it. So when
But
I
you
say I'm
can't.
going to give them every situation, everything I did not have, I'm not talking about just talking about spending. I'm talking about everything. I didn't have access to tutoring when I had an issue with math. I didn't have a I didn't have I didn't have a counseling when I struggled with in third grade when we did a Father's Day project and all the kids knew their father's name and I made up a goddamn name. That bothered me.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
But
That's what I'm saying, Coach Ferd.
Wow.
I get what
It's
you're saying.
not
Listen, I hear
about
what you're saying.
finances.
No, but I hear what you're saying. But everything I'm hearing you say is you're gonna
All I'm
put.
saying, I'm gonna do my best.
No, I'm hearing you
I'm gonna do
say
my
I'm gonna
best.
put. I'm hearing you say I'm gonna put the responsibility on somebody else. Is
That's
all
what
I'm hearing.
you
No, I'm not
heard.
putting it.
Yes.
No,
Can you
no.
explain how, if he's admitting, if he's taking accountability as far as saying he didn't put them in the best situation pertaining to marriage, but he said he's still going to give his children the things that he never got. So how is
Yeah, I'm
he
putting.
putting it on somebody else, or am I
I'm not.
missing it?
Yes, I'm not a counselor, Coach Ferd.
I will
I think
explain. I will explain.
Okay.
I'm not a swimming instructor, Coach Ferd. I see my babies. I see my babies. I can't teach her how to swim properly. How can I teach somebody how, how can I teach somebody how to swim when I don't know how to
When you
swim?
don't know,
Okay.
you
Okay.
can't.
I
Hold
was
on.
setting
Hold on.
my
It's
daughter
the
up.
Time out. Time out. You know how to run a tub of water, don't you?
I can bathe. I
Hold up.
bathe my
Listen.
daughter all the
Well,
Listen.
does
time.
it make sense? How can you teach someone
Listen. You still
something
not
that
listening. You
you're
still gotta
uninformed
listen.
about?
You
Like,
know how to run a tub of water, right? You can get on your
Sir, I
hands and
do know,
knees,
sir.
hold your
a
baby in
tub,
your arms, and you can
I'm
put your
sorry,
baby.
a tub
That
of
kind of
water
sounds dangerous.
versus a swimming
Thank
pool
you.
is completely different.
Listen.
Very
No.
different.
Why would you take a baby to a big old gigantic swimming pool where you got a controlled environment? You got your house.
Because you got people there that's been doing it for years. They pay professionals.
What's the most
This is what
important
they
thing?
How can
do.
you
Hold on,
really
hold on.
teach?
What's
A
the most important thing in learning how to swim? What's the basic thing you need to know how to do?
staying
They
I don't
afloat.
teach
know.
them
Yeah.
how when hold on. That's a great question, Coach Fur. My college teammate, his 1 year old, he had a video. He put his 1 year old in a picture. The 1 year old flipped over and was able to float on top of the water. I said, "What the?
Okay.
Yeah,
With
I
that, that's
can't
what I
teach."
did for my son.
Coach Fur, I can't teach my daughter that.
Hold up, brother. Again, the most basic thing in learning how to swim is learning how to hold your breath. You don't need to
Coach
go
Fur,
through a big. You
It's
got to
so
be able
much
to hold.
more to
That's
it
why
than that.
people drown because they
exactly,
don't know how to hold their
Pico.
breath. I said basic things. That's why people drown because they don't know how to hold their breath.
And they
You,
don't know
Mo, you
how
know
to
how to
stay
swim, Mo? Mo,
afloat.
you know how to
No,
swim?
I don't.
Me
But
neither.
there, I have common sense, right? And I know that it's going to require more than a pool. And I know that if he wants his children to learn how to swim. You can't tell him to teach his kids how to swim if he doesn't know.
I'm
Does
not
that
telling
make
them.
Facts.
I'm
I just
telling them to build. It's about the confidence that a father instills in the child. Is
but
all
that
I'm
has
saying.
nothing to do with them
Yes,
learning the technique
because
of
But Christopher,
again,
swimming.
if I
It
don't know
requires more
something,
than confidence.
you know how to
Low
hold your
key
breath,
having,
brother.
hold on,
You
low
know how to
key
hold your breath.
having confidence
Christopher,
swimming can really mess you up and really cause you to drown. You confident and you don't know what you're doing.
You know
That
what?
doesn't
Christopher,
make sense. So it
I'm an
requires
adult.
more than confidence.
You
I'm
know
an
what?
adult, and this is what this for me being a correction officer for over 20 years taught me. If I don't know something, I'm not gonna pretend like I know something. I
Mm-hmm.
have to say
It
I don't know something. I
ain't
don't
about
know it.
it ain't
I
about
don't
knowing
know it.
something. Because guess what? We can learn it together. Is all I'm saying. And if
Mm-hmm.
my baby see me doing something, if I jump off the top of a mountain, my baby looking at me, my baby go jump too. It's about teaching. That's the
Christopher,
big point.
I'm
How
It's
can you
about
teach somebody something that you don't know? Can
because
you
no,
please
I can
make that
Christopher,
learn.
I'm not gonna say you wrong because my son seen me doing push-ups in the morning and he 8 months and he was looking at me and he was trying to do push-ups. So I agree. I know how to do push-ups though. I
that
don't
because
know how
you
to
know how
swim.
to do that. So the proper question is, how do you teach someone something that you can't do? If MIT cannot swim, he's not able to teach his child that no matter how much of a
Yes, he
desire.
will be able to teach his child how to swim because one,
He
he
can hire
started.
somebody to do it like he already has, but
Yep,
he can't
sure did.
teach. He can't teach that baby.
Yes, he can. That's the mistake we make. He can teach the
Okay,
kid how
I
to
guess.
He
swim.
said, "Yes, he can."
He can. He's the father. He can teach the baby everything the baby needs to know. That's why 0 to 3 is important. We can't skip years then to say, and it's not. That's why I say that it's not about him because people are missing out on all the kids, especially from 0 to 8, 9, and 10. We just let them figure it out, and then we like, well, why they ain't getting it? Because a child learns best from their parent. Whatever.
Right.
Listen, a
Um,
kid don't know how to write in cursive. Do most people know how to write in cursive? Don't tell. And people use that because I can learn how to write in cursive just by watching the templates that they use to learn how to write in cursive. I may not know it today, but if I'm with my child is going to learn as I learn. You
okay,
know what
but
I'm
what
saying?
I'm saying, a person can
I
only
can
guide
teach my
someone.
daughter, I can teach my
A
kid how to write in
person
cursive.
Yeah,
That's
but
not an issue.
pertaining to swimming, right? A person can only guide someone through territory that they understand. So if a father cannot swim, he doesn't know how the body moves in water. He doesn't understand the fear of sinking and how to overcome it. You get what I'm saying? So a swimmer teaches through demonstration, through correction, reassurance in moments of panic because they will have moments where they panic. But someone who has never done it, how can they model that process? How?
If I'm in my controlled environment, I'm just giving this example for anybody. Is if I'm in a controlled environment, take my house. And I believe in giving kids baths. I don't know people, they do funny stuff with their kid. Put the kid in the tub. I'm right there on my knees. I got my
Mm-hmm.
baby. I'm running the water. While I'm running the water, the baby's in there, splashing water, blah, 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 right? And at some point, water gets a little higher, right? And it's
Mm-hmm.
not for everybody because not everybody's going to do it. It's stuff that we don't know and we put our fears into our kids. That's all I'm saying. Now, I don't have to teach my baby how to can swim. I can teach my baby how to hold his breath. And in learning how to hold his breath, the baby learns like, oh, I can do more. First of all, let me hold my breath. Even if it's, and I ain't talking about no 8, 9, 10 seconds, just learning how to dunk your head in the water. Dunk your
Mm-hmm.
head in the water. Understanding, catching your breath, holding your breath for a split second or two, come up, boom. Now 6 months go by, they going swimming because they gonna take what daddy's teaching them and they gonna take it to the swimming pool and be like, oh, I know how to do it now. And it's only baby steps. I'm not saying get out there and show them how to breaststroke and all that, but Let's learn how to hold our breath, go underwater. You might
So
cough up a little boogers. That's part of it.
Yeah,
But
that's different than swimming,
so
though.
so this Pookie nigga, um,
Lord,
he got charged with manslaughter. Was
Mhm.
teaching his son how to so-called shoot. The baby ended up shooting his mom in the back of the head and killed her.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
His excuse was he was teaching them how to shoot, shoot.
how
Mm.
old was the kid?
The kid was what 9, 10, or something like that. I don't know.
He was too young. And you don't teach a kid how to
No,
shoot.
no. I have seen kids at the gun range, Coach Ferg, from age 9 and 10, shooting at the gun range.
But you got to teach
I
them
have
safety
seen
laws.
I have seen Coach Ferg at the gun range. I go every other week at the gun range.
And guess
No
who
white.
teaches?
I don't see white kids at age 8, 9 shooting a pit, not the big gun, but shooting a pistol at a target.
Mm.
So
And
what I'm saying is your logic is you had a Pookie nigga teaching his kid the getaway likelihood, not safety. Because the first thing when you teach a kid how to shoot, the first thing you're supposed to go over is safety.
Yeah.
Safety.
but that's where you let the professionals teach it. Just like if I was to learn how to shoot
But
a
this
gun,
is my thing. He just said that he got professional swimmers to teach his kids.
My point.
So
but
you
that's
kind of just said
different.
what
What I'm
he
saying is
said.
that's gonna come. That comes natural. Certain things come natural. Shooting a gun ain't natural. Everybody ain't born to shoot a gun, but simple things as swimming, being able to climb, those improve motor skills. Playing soccer, those things improve motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and the best teacher for that, who's going to build that confidence, is the parent. Is all I'm saying. Yes, and we don't know everything. We got fears of ourselves, but when we start
Right.
pushing our fears on our children, we wonder why they lack in other ways. Because a
But
kid,
see, if I can't say that that's pushing fear on the children if he's hired somebody to help them swim and um he's not pushing his a sign that he hasn't pushed his fear on the children is because he's making sure that they know how to do something that he did not know how to do.
no, but and the kids are young. They babies still, right? So they're only going to trust what the parent is doing. That's how kids work.
Mhm.
They trust their parents, regardless
Yeah.
of how good or how bad they are. If if my kids see me jump off the damn board, my kid gonna want to do it, whether I
Mhm.
teach them or not. I'm saying up until that point, because like you said, there are certain levels to learning everything, and sometimes it just takes an hour or two here and there, some repeated activity, where it becomes muscle memory. Oh,
Mhm.
my daddy say go do A, B, C, D, E, F, G steps. Cool. I gotta do A, B, C. Oh man, what was that other thing I need to do? Let me call my daddy because now I trust them. They trust you. I'm just saying that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying he's in a he's. That's why I didn't want to use him, but he has babies. He has
Thank you,
babies.
Julio. I appreciate
You can
you.
hold them up in the air and do them like symbol and
Mhm.
wish the world for them. But that greatest confidence. That's why a lot of young people struggle now because what they say they ain't had a daddy. They
Mhm.
ain't have a relationship with the.
So I would like to 84. You've been quiet. Like, what are your thoughts when it comes to
Hey
um
man,
what
listen.
Coach Bernie's
If you
saying? And I agree about don't push your fears on your children. You can learn through some things together, but I don't know if that's I don't know.
look,
Like
if you
it's
don't know
parent
how to
child
do
for a
certain
reason.
things, yeah, if you
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to do certain things and you really not sure that you know how to do it, you know what I mean? And yeah, you think it's safer to do it and having somebody teach the child to do it than have that person do it. You know what I mean? Because he
Mm-hmm.
clearly has a plan and he clearly trusts the instructor. So hey, do it that way. I mean, you can learn anything through YouTube. I guess they have YouTube. They have videos for literally everything. So you could or you can go to classes and learn yourself, right, and then teach the
Right.
kids. So there's different methods of doing everything, but yeah, do the method that you find the least effective. You know what I mean? Oh no, not least effective, but the most effective, and from there, yeah, the child will learn.
So you don't believe that you can teach your kids something that you're not familiar with, that you don't know how to do.
No, not offhand, not if you're not familiar with it. No, you know what I mean. You have to gain the knowledge of it first, and then practice it, and then from there you can teach your kids. But if you're trying to teach them something you don't know, you probably gonna make some mistakes.
Hmm. Okay, I
That's the
agree.
beauty of it, though. That's the beauty of making the mistake because we can learn it together. And as they learn, I learn. As I learn, they learn. And then they can, I mean, it just all
But the analogy, like we're talking about swimming in certain instances, yes. But me trying to teach my kid how to swim when I don't know how to swim, how am I going to learn as they learn? And I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to teach you something that I'm not even
because I go to the class
capable.
with my baby. I'm in the water with my baby. My baby see me. I'm holding my baby on my hip, on my back, or wherever, and my kid is seeing that process play out and it builds the confidence. You'll go from 1 week in holding your baby, then the next week your baby over there swimming and doing backflips. Like, damn, my baby doing that because they've seen me learn it too. That's what the people. It's just like me being the teacher without being the teacher. If I can't read, I need to learn how to read for my baby, so I can show my baby what to look for when they're reading, when somebody's taking advantage of them. That's all I'm saying. I can't always say that I don't know when I got another responsibility because they're going to look for me for the answers. I don't know it offhand, so baby, let's look it up together so we both can learn together. Oh, daddy, you reading too? Yes. But since my eyes are bad, won't you read for me?
Mm.
I'm just saying it's different techniques and to run. If your child got ADHD, you believe they got ADHD, sign their little running ass up for soccer and let them run around that soccer field and not even score a point. And guess
Hmm.
what it's gonna do? Your baby gonna be tired when they get home. And ain't gonna
That's
have all that energy in your house. But see, that's what white therapists tell white parents. They give them the solution and say, hey, try these methods. These work best with this type of person. Autism, they got techniques for that, but they don't teach black folk that. That's the thing. They don't teach it. And every time I used to learn it, I used to go right to that parent and say, no, this is the alternative way. They told you to sign them up, put them on medicine. Guess what the white folk ain't gonna do? They ain't gonna be on medicine. They gonna put their ass in that soccer field and they gonna teach them how to swim. You can do your research on swimming, and
they're on a lot of medication though.
that's when they
Some
get older. But as kids, they gonna
okay.
give us the best remedy. They trying to get them to be normal, so they give them solutions to knock it out.
Hmm.
But for us, we'll go to medication, and then 14, 15, you wonder why your kid is moving slow because they've been on medication for 9 years, and it alters your mental capacity. I like
Hmm.
it to be fully functionable, to make the wise decision when they out. Like, oh no, I got my parent to be responsible for. I respect my mother. I respect my father. So I'm only going to go so far in doing something stupid. But it's all different. I want people to get the best outcome in the end and not be subjugated to saying because what does they say? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Is all I'm saying. And listen, there's some stuff I don't know how to do, but if I can do it with my son, let's learn it together. That's all I'm saying. Let's do the process together. Because remember, they're young, their brain is younger, and that's how you start being innovative. You take things farther.
Right.
That's
No,
all I'm
I agree with that. It was just the part where you kept saying that he can teach his children how to swim and he can't. And he's not even capable of swimming. But I agree that you can, since you explained it that way, you can learn some things together.
Almost everything you can learn together before your kid gets out into the world.
Hmm.
You don't know the exact outcomes, but you can have them put that third eye on and look out for these things that people seem to not be aware of until it happens. Oh, I didn't know because people didn't explain it to you who should have. The people who by default should love you the most should be able to explain things to you as best as possible, regardless. You know, that's why the truth is important today. We don't tell
Right.
our kids the truth. We play naive, and then how my baby get pregnant? Did you ever talk about sex? Oh
Yeah.
no.
Hmm.
How my baby start smoking weed? Oh, do you smoke weed? Did you talk about the effects of it? How can it affect you? Go out. And that's when the teacher can, the literature can come in. Let's read it.
And even sometimes, coach, when those things are taught, some children will go astray anyway, just out of the spirit of rebellion. It's not that there was a lack of teaching
Yes,
sometimes.
I totally agree, Mo Love, and I'm gonna send them to you, and you can talk to them about it.
Hmm.
So you need to talk to Mo Loves because she can tell you about that.
Right.
I got a question, Mo.
Hmm.
So, and this for both for you, both for you and Coach Fur.
Okay.
So, based on what y'all saying, has there been a time when you try to teach your child something, right? And name a time when you try to do that, and either you succeeded, and then name a time where you did not succeed.
What do you mean, like try to teach them something that I don't know?
No, let's say you try to. It could be something you don't know, right? So name a time you try to teach them something and you succeeded, and then name another time when you didn't succeed. It could be anything that you try to teach them.
Uh, oh, I'm trying to think on something I didn't succeed with when I tried to teach them.
I'll
Mm.
go, and you can think
Okay,
about
coach.
it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as so to make sure I answer the question correctly, is it something that I tried to teach them and I wasn't successful in teaching them, and
It's
it was
both. It's
something
something.
that
It's
I
something
was,
that you. Yeah.
yeah,
As one example was one thing you tried to teach them, and it
yeah,
actually worked. And then
yes,
another time is when you try to teach them something and it didn't work.
okay, yeah, okay. So I thought so. Everything that I tried to teach worked. Now the caveat is it may not have worked in the moment of teaching them first or second time. It may take some reinforcement over time. And then, just as long as I'm teaching, I always left it open for questioning. I've always done it like the military. Let me show you the right way to do it first without question.
Mm-hmm.
And you may not like it, you know what I'm saying? You be in your feelings, you want to go outside, but I'm trying to show you how to do the breaks. We gonna get over that. But in the moment, it may not give the results that I was looking for in the moment. But sometimes I say, okay, let's step back and we'll come back to it to allow
Mm-hmm.
them to process it. A lot of time, as parents, so I'm allow you to process it, cool. And some things, we ain't talking about it. You gonna learn it. When it came to schoolwork, math, you gonna learn your multiplications up to 12, 0 to 12. You want to be good in math, you better learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Football. I told my son he didn't want to, he wanted to play football, but his told it. I had to show him how to play football. And once I showed him, he knew he got it. I'm like, see, that's already in me. So he got it. And his confidence improved. Next thing you know, he laying people out. He's making the good play, making the good decisions. And, and again, it's when, okay, but he still had to come home and clean up. You know, I'm going to show you how to clean the way I say clean.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just wipe it down. You got to clean it sometimes. And again, sometimes everything new and everything from me, my experience, everything that's introduced to a kid that requires work, you're always going to get some resistance. But that doesn't mean they don't want to learn it. It's just that it's new, it's taking time away from what they want to do. And you just have to be patient in the process. And over time, me giving them that consistent voice, like this, and sometimes I had to explain why we're doing it after the fact. Let's do it. Then let's talk about why it's important after the fact. So when they understand it, like, oh, one, I can do it because they already did it. Now this is why it needs to be done. Oh, okay. So now once it becomes second nature to them, then we move on to the next.
Mm-hmm. So I would say like something that I would succeed, something simple would be chores, right? Making sure that they keep their rooms cleaned. I would say that I succeeded because I lead by example. So that wasn't a hard task. One thing I would say I failed at maybe with my boys, like if they're going through something and they're frustrated, I will tell them like, calm down, it's not that serious. And then sometimes that could allow them to be more frustrated and eventually shut down. And then what do? I'm all in my feelings mad because they shut down. But when I look back at that, I realized the problem wasn't that my child may have been unwilling, I guess, to take heed to what I was saying. The problem was my approach, you know. Um, and kids learn emotional regulation by seeing it modeled, right? So basically, I was only given instruction, I guess, instead of demonstrating it. So there was really no empathy in that moment. I'm tired, just got off of work. Look, get over it. Basically, was, you know, and that's not to say majority of the time, but in that moment, I've noticed sometimes when I'm
Mhm.
not in tune, I guess. Sometimes it'll cause them to even be in a much worse state than they were. So, yeah. And then timing, I'm learning, okay, I can see he having a moment. I can talk to him about it when I know he's in a much calmer space, you know?
Mm,
Comment is important though.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is important. But I mean, okay,
no,
so do you really see that really like you really kind of let them down,
In
maybe
that moment,
maybe
mm-hmm.
it's just the fact that like, mm, okay,
Yeah, like I
or
always
could it
say,
just
I'm
be
not
that
the
you
perfect parent. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a hard, like it's easy for me to apologize. I try to be very transparent with my boys because sometimes if conversations aren't had, that's how resentment and bitterness grow when it comes to the parent
mm,
child dynamic.
so Mo, did you take some of the um, when it came to your parenting style? Did you take some of the techniques your parents used on you and applied it to your sons?
Some of them, yes, absolutely.
Did some of them work
Mm-hmm.
and some of them didn't work, right?
Yeah, some things I was like, I'm not gonna take that approach with my kids ever. But yeah.
And that's the thing because, everything that I am, my son ain't gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. So I know one thing black folk do, we know our kids. We know they ass. We know them. We act like we don't know. We know that they slow, got that slow gene that my uncle had. We know who they are. So in that case, yes, you should be able to take different approaches, right? But at some
Mhm.
point, the consistency, me showing my child the consistency over time that I'm gonna be there in the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fight with you and I'm gonna fight against you when I know that it's something that can harm you or hurt you. If it can,
Mhm.
if it can hurt you physically and emotionally, you can be mad in the moment, but
Yeah.
you can't do it. Then we can come talk about it after you get out of your feelings and I get out of my feelings. Because I'm mad because you didn't give it your best. And you disappointed because you didn't put forth your best effort and you got me telling you to give it your best. So when things come and we riding in the car, let's talk about the other day. Remember? Let's talk about it anyway. So what do you think could have did different? And I tell you what I could have did different. And a lot of times you'll get the best answers like, you know what? So when the kids faced with that again, they be like, you know what? It ain't even that serious for me to do all that.
Yeah.
We let them work it out. But we try to patch it up. We come to the rescue too much. Like, oh my baby, oh my baby. And they looking at you like, man, shit, I can't
Mothers
wait
for
for
sure.
it. But see, we don't get those relationships with the father. Boys need that with the man. They need that man to say, hey, nigga, clean that room up. And guess what? Room clean. But that's building. That's when the relationship is built. The relationship
I agree.
is the most important thing. Because a kid will trust you if you're there. If you're not there, they won't trust you.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying. Did you ever see the Jackson movie? And I'll shut up and I'm gonna go.
The
There
Jackson.
was a scene in the Jackson movie, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
Joe came home. Well, he saw they was fighting. They was fighting, right? And Joe made his son fight. And the mama was ready to jump in and be like, no, don't be fighting. Joe's like, no, let him work it out. And when he finally got the best of the dude, the first thing he did was like, thank you. I'm glad you pushed me. I'm glad you made me stand up to him. Because we ain't believe in bullies back in the day. Nigga talking about they getting bullied. No, you'd had to fight everybody in the family. Now, you know what I'm saying? But it's
It
a
was
different
Jackie.
time. Yeah, you know, in the 70s and 80s, you wouldn't go bully. I didn't know what self-esteem was until I was in my 20s. Because I assumed that everybody felt good about themselves.
No.
Whether they did that or not, most people showed it in public, like, and you can talk about me, I ain't gonna get mad. But I see the shift change, you know what I'm saying, once Gen X became baby daddies. We the baby daddies generation. It started.
Really? I thought it was the millennials.
No, we started it because the world was telling us to go. We was going places our parents couldn't go. We was out at the clubs all night. People started going to Freakniks, traveling. People started going all over the country and meeting girls, and y'all aunties and uncles. They was buck wild. Don't let them fool y'all because they got a Bible in their hand. They was buck wild back in the day.
Facts.
But that don't make them a bad person though. You know, that's the thing. We can still learn from them. Like, oh, okay. Let me tell my daughter, you can't be like your auntie Nisi over.
Yeah.
What she do? Let me tell you. Tell them what it is, especially old enough, 12, 13. They done came on there. Oh, let me sit down and tell you the truth about that. But
Right.
we hide stuff and wonder why. It's too late. I can't believe she hot. You've been buying hot ass clothes since the girl
That's the
13.
problem. Yeah.
But you know, I don't know. It's a different time, man. Different type of.
It's definitely a different time.
Because kids look to us for leadership, you know, and sometimes we just got to bring them into the fold. So, salute to y'all, man. Y'all in this world. Hope y'all can find each other out here. Salute to you, Mo.
You too. Thank you,
With your
Coach Ray.
birthday, you know, welcome to your birthday. You're 40 something, your age of wisdom is going
Hey,
to,
I'm 40.
yeah, I remember 40. I was 40. I was stronger than I remember. I'm 58. I just turned 58 in February. So,
Oh, that's a blessing.
yeah,
Oh man, happy
been
birthday.
for 4 years. I ain't got to go to work no more. I got, yeah.
Mm.
So, me and my wife just going to ride these waves out, man. And listen, I hope y'all
That's
have a
a
great
blessing.
year, great night. And
You too. Thank
I'm
you,
ready to
Coach
go do some more
Bird.
struggle love. I'm ready to go struggle love some more. Let me see if I can give me some struggle love.
Okay.
Since all everybody's relationship is bad, I'm gonna go get some. Since it's so bad, yeah, to
That's
talk to my
funny.
wife about that. And I showed my wife one time. Cheapo saw. I showed Cheapo a picture, and she got on the live one time. I was on, but I told her don't show her face because I ain't want her to slap
Oh,
nobody.
she was on Cheapo's live. That's
No,
cool.
she wasn't on Cheapo live. I showed him a picture,
Oh, okay.
and she got on the live. I didn't let them, show her picture because I ain't gonna have to be arguing with no nigga that ain't got no wife. 2 hours, so it all worked out. Yeah, it all worked out. But yeah, salute to
Okay.
y'all, man. Enjoy your night. More love, good luck in your
Salute,
surgery
coach.
tomorrow.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Be speedful with you, and just yeah. Don't
Yeah.
eat too much in the morning because if you eat whatever,
Oh, I'm done.
are you gonna
Yeah.
be put to sleep?
Yes.
Oh yeah, don't eat nothing, and make sure your everything is nice and groomed for they because they
Oh, I
go.
got it. Like yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, salute to you, man. Salute to your family, man. Salute to pops. Just tell your pop salute to him first of all,
Thank you. I will. I appreciate it.
and big brother too. All right,
Mhm.
peace.
All right. Thank you, Coach Bird.
Later, coach.
That's low key, little bro, but hey, that's cool. Yeah. The stream was good.
Yeah, Mo.
Herbie
Yeah,
said
yeah.
it started. It started in the '80s. Baby daddies and baby mamas.
Yeah,
Mm.
they started.
Yeah. It was. I guess so. I just thought the millennials were more messed up.
Yeah, they more messed up because they're the
As
kids.
far as relationships, yeah.
They are kids. The millennials, y'all are kids. You know what I'm saying? Because in the '80s, they started. At first, the pregnant girls used to go to a separate school.
Hmm.
Then they started putting the pregnant girls. They probably started putting the daycare in the public schools, so you can go to school and still have a baby. And a lot of girls just took advantage of it. They pushed these Section 8 and welfare, and people took
Hmm.
advantage of it. But now we're seeing the results of it 35, 40 years later.
Right.
And
That's
here
true.
you are fighting. The women gotta be this. How you gonna talk about you need a woman that's submissive, but you ain't never seen it in your own house? Your mama was the strongest one in your family.
Mm.
How can you have submission, but you listening to other people? Instead of working on everybody. I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. Well, y'all, salute to y'all.
See you too. Thank you, Coach Bird.
Thanks, coach.
He said 40 something. Mm. Just added some years.
Mm.
Majority of my friends grow up without fathers in the house. Grew up without fathers. Yeah, majority of my friends did too. When I really think about it, my dad was the one where people would ask advice like, "Can I talk to your dad about this?" Especially my brother's friends. Yeah. Hmm.
And that's how y'all was able to move about in the streets because your father was respected a
He
young man.
was. Yeah, I agree.
I have 5 sisters, and they all was attractive, and my father cussed a nigga out, which, but they respected him because
Funny. Hmm.
oh no, it's different. You know,
My dad wasn't really mean to, you know,
it was
the guys
consistent.
that I dated. My mom was though. Yeah, but he was honest, very honest.
Where's the door?
40 cow. I meant 40 cows, Mama, if you get it. I don't get it. I'm a little slow right now. Yeah. What time is it? 2:22. Oh, it's early for me, but
It's
yeah.
early for you. Wow.
For me, but I'm gonna try and do better with
Hey, I keep saying my theory is correct.
sleep. What?
You know, you a vampire. I know it's true.
You really die. I promise I'm not. Um,
Do you have a topic already lined up for your Wednesday show?
for my
I'm
Wednesday
sure.
show, if I'm able to speak, then I pray to God I want to do my stream. Uh, I want to do my stream Wednesday. So the topic was going to be, have you forgiven them? I think we mentioned forgiveness a lot, but do we really walk in it? You know,
Mm, mm,
I think you can't go wrong with that topic. And then OGJ Speed requested that too last week. He wanted us to talk about that. It's a very
mm.
sensitive topic at times.
Yeah, you talk about forgiveness, you're gonna get a whole bunch of different reactions talking about forgiveness.
Of course, because some
Definitely.
people don't believe in it.
Mm.
hmm Oh, he said
Yeah.
40 caliber. You from Texas, my love. You don't know your firearms like aloud. A few.
Oh, is Mo Love out here shooting? Uh oh.
I didn't know. Yeah, of course. I know
You
what's
said, of
happening.
course. Oh wow.
Well, decent.
Okay. Well, Mo, you looks like you had a great stream, great birthday stream.
I
You
did.
know what I
I'm
mean?
very grateful. And I'm going to end the show. And I will be live this Wednesday if God said the same. If not, hopefully I'm able to go live Sunday. So if I don't go live, well, I'll keep y'all posted. We'll just see how things go after tomorrow. But I love you all. Please go back and watch the stream or replay the stream if you missed the beginning. We really did dive deep into the topic. Thank you, Irby. I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody who donated via super chat, through the Cash App, just for the people that came through and shouted out happy birthday. Everybody that hit the link, I appreciate you all so much. Anything else, 84?
Nah, Mo. Man, just airmail me some of that birthday cake, man. You know what I mean?
I didn't even get
And
a cake. That's how much I didn't even
what?
care.
You didn't get a cake?
No. And I'm not a big cake person.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Not you didn't even
Nah.
get. Did you get at least a cupcake, something, muffin, nothing?
Yeah, I did. I
Okay,
got
okay.
the dessert. I had a dessert, but a little bit of that. I'll let
Mm,
my boys have it. But yeah.
got you, got you.
I'm just so
Well,
grateful all the March birthdays in our family are done because
mm,
oh, it's a lot. March 6th, March 11th, and March 14th. They are all right there together.
yeah, y'all gonna be
September
put
too,
together
because
for real.
me and here for the tea, both of our boys were born in March and in September. So we
Oh wow.
always, yeah, so we're always trying to figure out like in so many years, like my son and her son, they have their parties together, but they starting to get older. It's like, nope, I want to do my own thing. So yeah,
Mm,
I get it.
mm.
Hmm. But yeah,
But yeah.
shout out to you. Thank you, 84. Oh, did you have another question?
No. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna get my birthday cake, so I'm good.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, man. Hey, show love to Mo. It's her birthday stream. You know, Mo love the Cash App and all that, man. Y'all know what the Cash App is. You know what I mean? Support her during her birthday month, man. And yeah, it was a great stream. Later, y'all.
Thank
Love
you
you
so
guys.
much. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll see you back. If not Wednesday, Sunday for sure. Good night, guys.
Don't really care what they doing over there. Doing my own thing, staying in my own lane. I'm not judging. You go ahead, baby girl, do you? Is it cool? It's cool. But I don't wanna be nobody else. I wanna be myself. I'm not a blending. I'm not a blending kind of girl. Telling how you could see the pain these people living in. Oh, while trying to fit in. No true purpose, just pain off a temporary gain. Gaining the whole world, but losing your soul. I really hate watching y'all fold. Everything is conditional, so please go choose safety. My Lord is willing, have you talked to him lately? I know we fall down and get up, yeah, we be tripping. Perking your ear until the Lord, can you please just listen? So much evil everywhere you look and turn. Watch it fight and pray, I'm gonna need you to learn. We won't win if we stay stagnant and won't rise above in a world filled with hate. Show more love. Show more love. In a world filled with hate, show more love. This ain't a game, y'all. Enemy out here stealing lives, y'all. Playing our face and we distracted when we see them take they fall, y'all. Wake up, we out here sleeping and the enemy